Ramilia, here we are. Sorry for the slight delay. I appreciate everyone seeing my videos and stuff that I've been posting. I really appreciate it. The draft was a heck of a draft. We're going to get into that. Amazing. You know, it was as I saw Les Snead and the guys, you know, at the draft house. You know, there was videos of them, and there were. It was just amazing because they're just chilling and picking these players and really good picks. It seems like amazing. uh, there's my brother SG Sports Talk Channel. What's up? He says hi, Ramilia. Good evening. What's up, man? Good evening, brother. Nice to see you in here, man. I appreciate it. I just got off of work and I was trying to hurry up and get over here, and I brought my lady some food and but I was at work and I was uploading stuff. So those videos that you guys saw, I was posting those from work on my break and my lunch. So you know, I was saying, oh, we got this guy. Let me put something together real quick. SG Sports Talk Channel says, how are you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I really like the picks that we got. Les Snead, you know, he's done it again. You know, this guy is something else, man. You know, we're just so lucky to have this guy as our GM. You know, with McVay. And SG Sports Channel says, I love you. I love your YouTube channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for everything. Thank everybody for their support. And you too, man, especially you come in here and you're always positive, man. I really appreciate it. You're a good dude. I wanted to upload a picture that wasn't working, and I was like, forget it. I'm gonna go live. I was trying to upload a picture on my thing here and see a logo. I changed my logo, and I wanted to set it up, but it wasn't working for me. And but anyway, that's not a big deal. It's SG Sports Talk Channel says, keep doing a fine job and make more great content. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm working at it. And SG Sports Talk Channel says, do you watch USFL games, and what is your favorite team? No, man, I haven't picked it up. I remember back in the day, because I'm older than you. I remember back in the day when the USFL was around with Steve Young. And you know, Steve Young was an amazing player, and that guy was something else. But no, I haven't kept up. I'll have to check it out, though. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. It seems that a lot of people say that it's exciting. You know, that a lot of people are saying there's a lot of rules that make it exciting. But yeah, I have to check it out. SG Sports Art Channel says, my favorite USFL team is the Pittsburgh Maulers. Oh, okay. I'll have to check them out, man. Let's see. SG, do you watch basketball too? Are you a basketball fan? She says, I'm working out in the gym and getting stronger. Nice, man. That's what I need to do. I like to eat too much. But I used to play basketball all the time. You know, I used to stay a certain weight, and then COVID screwed me, like a lot of people. And you know how that goes. Let's see. I'm trying to send this. But that's good, man. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm sorry. Let's see. But yeah, I was watching on my break and lunch the videos of the draft, and it was so amazing to see um, all the fans. You know, I would love to do that one year. Go to the I'm kind of missed out because it was right there in Las Vegas to see the draft, and I would love to see that. That's something that I want to do. You know, that would be amazing. It was amazing seeing everybody. You know, G's nuts. What's up, brother? He says thanks for posting updates on the drive. You're welcome, man. I was just talking about that. I was at work today, and on my break and my lunch, I was. So I think I did an okay job for my phone. On my break and lunch, I was putting it together, and there was one last video that I was putting in, and it didn't go exactly the way I wanted it, but I don't mind. You know, I was excited about it. I wanted you guys to keep updated and make it fun too. You know, not just a picture or whatever. And but yeah, I wish I would have been here right after. You know, I know that it's later. Everyone already knows the picks, and they're off doing their thing, but it's okay. I had to work all day today, and then I was just posting those. So that's at least I wasn't able to go live right after the draft, but yeah, but yeah, thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. G's Nut says, I see Troy Hill back. Yes, Troy Hill is back. He works really well with Ramsey. Ramsey is excited that we got him back. Let's see. I'm gonna Les Snead and Sean McVay. Les Snead. I can't say enough about the guy. He moved back a couple times. With the Bucks and the Raiders, and we got more picks, and we got a lot of secondary help. We got a big monster offensive lineman. We got a running back who has got some power and okay speed. That's going to be really helpful to us. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, Troy Hill's going to be great. I mean, what a great pick. I wonder if that puts and then us drafting, Quentin Lake from UCLA, the safety, and then Jacoby Durant from South Carolina, the cornerback, and then Jaron Kendrick from Georgia. I wonder if that puts a damper on the Honey Badger watch, because now we're pretty full. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't put nothing past it. SG Sports Channel says 4 players from San Jose State are on the Pittsburgh Maulers. Josh Love, Boogie Roberts, Trey Walker, and Bailey Gaither. Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'll have to check it out because I used to kind of pay attention to because I remember the NFL, the USFL used to try to compete with the NFL, and they were getting like big name players like the Steve Youngs and I think Warren Moon went over there if I'm not mistaken, and so it's very exciting. Monster It says, "What's up, Ramley? I think we had a great draft. I do too, man. I do too. I really think that we had a wonderful draft, man. I'm so proud of Les Snead, and I'm so thankful that he's at the helm. But yeah, awesome. G's Nut says, wanted to pop in real quick. I'm at a wedding. Oh, brother. Oh, thank you, brother. I'm at a wedding, but just wanted to say, keep it going, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. God bless you, man. Stay safe. If you drink, get somebody to drive for you. But thank you, man. I really appreciate the support, man. That's all I ask, guys. We all have stuff to do. Like today I had to work. I would have loved to have been live, after all of our picks and right after. it was done, but I did the best that I could posting stuff on my break and lunch. And so, guys like G's Nuts, Monster at SG Sport Truck, and all the rest of the guys that come in here. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. Have a good time, man. And if you want, you can watch the replay. And we got some more stuff coming. But thank you, brother. Take care. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Russ Yeast, we picked him up too, so that's going to be awesome. We'll see what happens with that. We got a lot of good players, and I'm really excited about this draft that we have because Les Snead and McVay know exactly what they're doing. They know what kind of players they want to get, and they go after it. And a lot of teams say that, we're going to get the best available player. We're going to get what fits with our program. Blah blah blah. But they end up busting a lot of draft picks, but our guy, and it's some of it's luck too, because you pick guys and you think they're going to work out, and look at Tutu Atwell. We'll see what happens with him, but I'm not saying he's a bust, but he didn't show me anything. He didn't get a chance to show much. He's a young guy, but we'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward to see what he offers this year. And I was trying to show my new logo, so it looks pretty good. It has the 2 Super Bowl trophies in there now. I was trying to get it to show in the background, but I have it bigger on the bottom. But it wasn't working for me. But yeah, I'm gonna. I think in the future, as my channel expands, I have gear and hats and stuff, and cool keychains and stuff, and but that's in the future. But yeah, I was working on this logo too, man, and I kind of like how it turned out. It's pretty smooth. I wish I could put all 4 of our championships in there, but people say, "Oh, that's not the Super Bowl." But we're 4-time champions. We have 2 Super Bowls and 2 NFL championships before the merger, but that's fine. Hopefully we'll add a 3rd one this year. Mustard says, "Did you see the press conference with McVay and Les last night?" Yeah, man. That's what I say with these 2 guys. I mean, they like each other. You can see it, and they're having fun. And they were talking about the Patriots pick, I think, or something like that. And I love these guys, man. They're just so awesome. That we have them. When I don't want to jinx it when they're not with us anymore, as far as they call it quits or they leave the team or whatever. It's gonna suck. So right now, let's enjoy them. They're gonna be here for a few more years. Hopefully we'll win some more Super Bowls and just enjoy it, so live for now and we'll worry about later next time, a few years from now. J Money, what's up, brother? He says, I wouldn't put it past Snead and McVay to still snatch up Honey Badger. LOL. Best GM, head coach in the business, along with a top owner who was not scared to spend. Man, I wouldn't either. And I really hope that they do, man. I hope that Honey Badger says, you know what? Money's important, but let me do a 2-year deal with some incentives. And we can, do it that way. We can give him a bonus in next year's when the cap expands, because he'll be like a Whittle with experience, kind of right the ship along with Ramsey, because Ramsey's more aggressive. He's a dog, so to speak. He's a leader, but he gets emotional. So a calming guy, like Honey Badger, he's emotional too, but he's a different type of personality. That would be awesome. Chaos Theory 2219, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in, man. It's the first time I've seen you here. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for finding my channel. He says, exactly, we got 4 chips more than the Faders. Yeah, like that. We got 4 Super Bowls. Well, that's really good. That's an amazing, from 1981 to 1994, the Niners have those 5 Super Bowls. They did a Super Mario leap And but before that and after that, nothing. So we already had 2 chips before the Niners were even in the NFL. 45 and 51, the Cleveland Rams and LA Rams. And so if your grandfather or great granddaddy was an NFL fan back in the day or a pro football fan, and you saw the Packers and the Bears and the Rams win those NFL championships, they count because they meant everything to them. That's what was available. So yeah, just like the 1927 Yankees or the Brooklyn Dodgers or the Minneapolis Lakers, they count those championships, then we should count. And same thing with the Packers championships, all those championships. That's what I think. Because I mean, what if we were born back in the 40s and 50s? To say that those championships don't mean anything is stupid. But yeah, it's right. 4 of them. G's Nut says, Aj Money, I agree with. They are waiting for the draft dust to settle, and the Badgers coming to LA, baby. Yeah, man, I hope so, guys. I hope so. I can see it. The other thing that I was going to talk about is OBJ's talking to Stafford is keeping in contact with OBJ. He said it recently, and so that Cam Akers thing with the number. I don't put that doesn't mean anything. We'll see what happens. But I'll be told. Um, uh, Cam Akers had told OBJ that he was just letting him borrow that basically because while he was hurt, when he signed with the team. Um, so do you so and that was understood, but I guess OBJ got mad at him or irritated because he wasn't returning his phone calls anymore, and he just took number 3. But I guess OBJ wanted to buy it from him, but he wants the number. That was his number. That's the number he wanted to change to, and he actually was hurt, so he wasn't going to play anyway. And he even said, he's going to let him borrow it. So they'll rectify it. It's not a big deal, but uh, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah. So, but it was already it's funny that OBJ called him out. I had to let him know because that gets me mad too when you text somebody, a buddy or something, and they don't get back to you. Hey man, why don't you call me back? So I understand, but they're grown men. OBJ knows that Cam Akers was around before him, and he even told him in a tweet that he's just letting him use it for right now. So not a big deal to me. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, I would love Honey Badger to come back. Monster, it says, it's cool. Rams are on the way to more championships. We got this, man. You know what? I believe that too. I'm not being a homer when I say this. If anyone's from a different team that's watching and not commenting, feel free to comment, man. It's all good. We're all fans of our teams. Just keep it. No personal attacks. But I believe this window that we have is our magic window. We can win 2-3 championships because we have the quarterback and the defense to do it. We have the head coach and front office to do it. We broke the NFL. They're all in. They're copying us. So we'll see what happens. So I really think that this 3-year window that's coming up, we can win multiple championships. And I'm not being a homer. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But I really believe so. Stafford is a monster. He like other gunslinger quarterbacks. He trusts his arm, and he lets it go, and he throws interceptions here and there. But in the fourth quarter, man, woo! That guy, he's a beast. There's my brother Payo time. What's up, Payo? He says, "Hey Rudy, horns up, great draft." Yes, man, I'm so excited. Thank you for coming in, man. Amazing draft. We got cornerbacks, we got running backs, we got safeties, we got a big monster O lineman. Somebody put a comment on one of my videos that maybe that's a sign that OBJ is coming back because we didn't even draft a wide receiver. We got secondary help and a running back who's a beast. He's going to help us out, and with Cam Akers. I really like him, and I like he's got some wiggle. He knows how to use a straight arm. He's powerful, and we'll run some plays like they do with the Debo with this guy because he's got some he's got some giddy up. He's got some lower leg strength, and I would love to see that. But yeah, great draft. That's right, Peo. Jay Money says exactly. It's funny how these Las Vegas. It's funny they say that. Faders act like they were the first to win a championship in LA. They need to learn their history. That's right, man. They say, although that wasn't a Super Bowl. Well, the LA Rams were the first team to uh, incorporate black American players in the NFL a year before Jackie Robinson when they came to Los Angeles. That was part of the deal when they came from Cleveland to Los Angeles, and they were the first pro franchise to win a championship period before the Lakers and Dodgers in Los Angeles, 1951 Los Angeles Rams. So this is technically the second championship the LA Rams have won for Los Angeles. So there you go. But yeah, you're exactly right. Jay Money says 1951 before the Faders, Cowgirls, Chargers were even a thing. Delusional fan bases. Yeah. And it comes for the Chargers, our little brothers at SoFly, the Chargers. God bless them. I was a big Dan Fouts fan. Eric Coryell. I was still a Rams fan always, but I appreciated that offense. And I love Dan Fouts because I was a bigger guy, and in high school I wanted to play quarterback, and I had to be a nose guard because we just handed the ball off. I had a pretty decent arm, and I go, Coach, let me play football. Let me play quarterback. And so they gave me a shot, and boom, threw a dart, post pattern, and that was pretty good. And they mostly handed the ball off and threw 5-yard. It's basically the 49ers offense with Jimmy G. So it was cool playing nose guard. You get after it. But yeah. Pale Time says, what are your thoughts on having Williams wear 39? That's a good question. I'm okay with it if Williams is. There's 3 numbers in my mind that should be retired. Kurt Warner, right? Kurt Warner. Jim Everett, the all-time leading passer. Unfortunately, he didn't have postseason success, and it wasn't a long, successful run in the playoffs. Kind of like Stafford, as he was ascending, we lost the championship game, and then guys started retiring, and we lost guys, and he never was able to get back. And the other guy, if I'm not mistaken, Deacon Jones's number, I'm not sure if it's retired or not, or Isaac Bruce's. But those 3 or 4 jerseys should not. But if he says it's okay, that's fine. Just like Magic told Karl Malone, if you want, you can use my number. But yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I don't have any problem as long as SJ39 says it's fine. The all-time rushing leader. He was a beast, man. We wasted his career. Well, I wish we could have got a good team around him. Nobody wanted to tackle that guy. They sidestepped him. Chaos Theory says, I think the Rams have a better chance of repeating than the Lakers or Dodgers. You know what? I do too. My Dodgers, they got, key guys. You can't keep everybody, but the Kiki Hernandez's and key guys that would come up and kill you. I'm looking forward to them getting back to the World Series this year and winning it. But yeah, I would say they're right there with them. Monsterit says, but that's a good point. Monsterit says it was nice seeing Steven Jackson out there calling our pick. Yeah, man. And you see him, he looks like he can still play. He's amazing, man. I mean, the Rams franchise, you can go through almost any position. Quarterbacks, Norm Van Brocklin, Bob Waterfield, Vince Ferragamo as a kid, one of my favorite quarterbacks, took us to the Super Bowl. Jim Everett in his heyday took us to the championship game after we traded Eric Dickerson. Roman Gabriel, Kurt Warner. Now we got Matthew Stafford. Even Sam Bradford, couldn't stay healthy. They didn't get any They didn't get any number one receivers around him like these guys. He was a rookie of the year, offensive player of the year. But yeah, I just mentioned him, but he's not with those guys. But then you have running backs: Dickerson, Falk, Jerome Bettis, all those guys. Cornerbacks, Jerry Gray, Leroy Irvin, so on and so forth. Defensive line: Aaron Donald, the fearsome foursome, Merlin Olsen, you know, Deacon Jones, Rosie Greer, Lamar Lundy. I remember back in the day we had Sean Gilbert. All on and on. Hacksaw Reynolds, the linebacker. We have so many. I mean, you go to the Hall of Fame, it's like a Rams. It's like a Rams All-Star party. We're one of the franchises that have one of the most coaches and players in the NFL history, and amazing. All the way from 1937 when we were established to winning a championship in 45 to winning another championship in 51. In the 60s, we would get to the championship game, but we couldn't get over the hump. The 70s, we got to the Super Bowl. In the 80s and the 89, we got to the championship game. In 85, we got to the championship game. In the 90s, we won the Super Bowl in 99. 2000s, we got to the Super Bowl and won it. In 99, but 2001, we lost it. Now 2020, we won it. 2018, we lost it. So almost in every decade except for the 1937 year, a decade, we've been in a championship game. You can go in a time machine, and the Rams will always be in the thick of things in one year or another. That's my guy, Johnny G. He says, yo, yo, yo. Johnny G says, number 13 jersey needs to be retired. Yes. I hate that to see that jersey. Just like when I hated Taven Austin with my guy, Jim Everett's jersey. G's Nuts says, yep, Rams first to bring Chip to L.A. They look primed to run it back. Raiders ain't L.A. They are Oakland, no matter where they go. You know what? That's sad about Oakland. I'm not worried about them, but they basically took a Super Bowl caliber team with the Marcus Allens and the Plunkett's. And because Al Davis is so greedy, or whatever you want to call him, moved to LA. They had no roots in Los Angeles. That was basically Oakland's team. And they caused the Oakland fans not to have a Super Bowl, not to have home playoff games in Oakland because of Al Davis being so stubborn. And they won the Super Bowl and, you had all that stuff, but they didn't have any roots in Los Angeles. So to me, I always say that was a hollow Super Bowl, if you can say that, because they didn't have any roots in Los Angeles. This means so much more, along with the halftime show, West Coast hip hop, some of the greatest entertainers of all time at SoFly Stadium. All the stars of Hollywood and celebrities and musicians were there. It was a who's who. Only fitting that it was the Rams that won the Super Bowl and did it in Los Angeles. Disneyland had a parade. So did we. The Hollywood sign changed to Rams House. Amazing year. So yeah, we trumped that for sure. Jesus says, F Georgia. The woman who shall be nameless. She killed 20 years of Rams football. Man, yeah. Payo Time says, Jim Everett followed me on Twitter. Oh, awesome this week. And I had to sit down, man. Payo, Jim Everett. You know what? Let me show you something. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Jimmy Everett, he gets a lot of flack because, he disappointed me too in the 89 championship game. But he lived through these wars against the New York Giants in the playoffs. First, the Philadelphia Eagles with Jerome Brown. And Jim Everett, this guy here, man, hold on one second. Let me show you guys something. Hold on. Pardon me. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Give me a chance. Hold on one second. Pardon me one second. Hold on. But yeah, Jim Everett was one of my favorite quarterbacks. I mean, as long as we had Jim Everett, we could beat anybody. And this guy, oops, hold on. What's going on here? This guy was something, and he would go 15, 18 yards in a row and deep passes. He would get hot and amazing guy. And he's the all-time leading passer, not Kurt Warner, not Norm Van Brocklin, not Bob Waterfield, Jim Everett. And hold on one second. Let me set this up here. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little off the cuff things here. Okay, here we go. So Here's my guy, Jim Everett. And hold on one second. It's off the cuff thing that Pale Time got me inspired. So here's the 1989 game against the New York Giants. Bill Belichick's defensive coordinator.
Now it would be, what, 47 yards?
The all-time winningest coach right there too, John Robinson. To the right there is Bill Parcells. There's Jim Everett.
We were inside of 40. First and 15 for the Rams at the Giants 30.
Ooh, look at that touch. Boom. And there goes Flipper Anderson. Goes in the tunnel. Get off me, get off me. Goes in the tunnel. He's headed for the locker room. The Rams the Rams are going to the NFC Championship game.
And this place got very quiet very quickly.
That place got very quiet.
Flipper Anderson is from here. He's from New Jersey.
But yeah, they had LT and all those guys. Jim Everett stood in there. Before that, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
He never broke stride. Just headed for the locker room.
Overtime game. Amazing. I remember like it was yesterday.
It will be the 49ers against the Rams.
49ers against the Rams. The Rams had 3 offensive linemen that were hurt. And the 49ers were waiting for us, and they just had it. We took the lead 3-0, and we couldn't stop them. And so that's why I'm glad that we won this championship here to get revenge, because we had 3 offensive linemen that were hurt in that game. We took the lead 3-0, and we threw a long bomb. Jim Everett threw a long bomb to Flipper Anderson, and Ronnie Lott knocked it out of the air at the last minute. We would have took a 10-0 lead, and they just couldn't hold him off him. But after 3 wars, but yeah, thank you, Pale. You inspired me, man. That's my guy, Jim Everett. I love that guy. G's Nut says, sorry, fellas, I didn't follow the St. Louis years, but much respect to those great players that came from those teams. That's okay, man. But yeah, much respect. We always say it's loyalty over location. It was hard for me when they left. That's why I appreciate my Ram brothers in St. Louis, Cleveland, and all over. But yeah, man, that's okay. Johnny G says, hold on, I'm going to catch up. Hold on. Carol Rosenblum wouldn't have let Al Davis move into his territory. Oh, no. Into his territory if he did not pass away. No, he wouldn't have, man. And the 49ers wouldn't have had that great success. We got to 2 championship games in the middle of the 49ers' heyday, despite trading Eric Dickerson. In 85, we had to play the 85 Bears in the championship game with the Dieter Brock as quarterback. Canadian Football League, who was at the end of his career, short guy, and we had to pay the 85 Bears to get to the Super Bowl. We lost at Chicago. 1989, we 3 wars. First, Philadelphia, Jerome Brown, the Eagles. We beat them there on Philadelphia with Jim Everett. The New York Giants, we beat the Giants there. And then we go to the 49ers, rested and waiting for us. Joe Montana led team. We already had split with them in the earlier in the year. And 3 offensive linemen are hurt. And so we had to play 2 all-time teams just to get to the Super Bowl. So whoever would have won that team between us and the 89 49ers would have beat the Broncos easily. But yeah, yes, Carol Rosenblum passed away. He didn't even get to see the Rams in 79 Super Bowl. Amazing. Great comment. G's Nut says, Johnny G agreed. Yes, and Pale Time says, I'm excited for what I'm excited for what you're gonna show. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I had to catch up, but yeah, man, it was amazing, man. I Pale, just like seeing Ricky Pro, catch that ball in the corner, when all seemed lost, right? We're still optimistic, but all seemed lost. You're like, oh my God, when are they gonna do something? Ricky Pro catching that ball against the Bucks, remember? And we were like, we were at the sports bar watching it with the RAMILIA. And then that's what this was. But I was at home, and you're like, oh yeah, I was throwing stuff and overtime game. And for some reason, we always played the New York Giants really good. Doesn't matter, who it was. LA Rams, he said, what's happening, everybody? What's up, brother? Welcome back. Welcome in, man. I appreciate you coming in. Johnny Vasquez, what's up? We saw you in the Rams live stream last night. Oh, welcome, brother. If you guys haven't subscribed to my show, man, I appreciate you guys coming in. Subscribe to my channel and hit the alerts for future videos, man. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming in. G's Nut says, John Robinson, baby. Yes, one of my favorite coaches, USC coach too. Amazing coach. Master says, welcome, LA Rams. Yes, welcome, man. Pale 10 says, wow, that was a throw. Love watching those highlights. Man, Pale, this guy, he would literally, you talk about the Matthew Stafford no-look pass. He didn't do that. But the timing with Henry Allard, who should be in the Hall of Fame, another number 80. All right, guys. All right. My dogs. Another number 80. He would throw the ball, a deep post pattern, and right when he turned, the ball's right there. Boom. Hold on, guys. Pardon me. Hold on. Okay, sorry. We have the door open and my doggies bark. So is my volume back? I'm sorry. Let me know if my volume is back. I pressed mute. Yeah, the dogs are going. Was when somebody drives up, if the door's open, they go crazy. But let me know if my volume is back. I just want to make sure. I have a mute on my microphone. And okay, thank you, Peo. Okay, so Jim Everett was that kind of quarterback. He'd get hot and just amazing throws. Okay, so let's see here. Let me catch up. LA Rams says, hit the like. Yes, guys, I always forget to tell you, thank you, LA Rams. Hit the like button, guys. Appreciate it. Whether they do it now or later, I appreciate it. Master says, I remember that game, bro. Heck yeah, Rams house. Wherever they go play. Yes, man. And I remember the Rams were like, they were giving their wristbands and stuff to Ram fans in New York and stuff. So RAMILIA is everywhere. Pale says, thanks for sharing. Oh, no problem, man. I love to show a lot of younger Ram fans those old videos of our guys and us older OG Ram fans that remember that. It's amazing. LA Ram says, give the draft class a C. Oh, you got a C. Okay. Hopefully it'll become better, but I really like the secondary that we got, the help there, the running back. I think he's going to be pretty good. We'll see what happens, but okay, that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. I like the Troy Hill thing too. That's part of the draft, so I really like that. Pale says, Rudy, are you and 906 ever going to collab and talk about the 49ers rivalry? Yeah, he talked to me about getting together for the Lakers because he's a Laker fan. So we'll probably do other stuff, but yeah, that would be cool because he's around the same age as me too. So yeah, he's a no holds bar 49er fan, just like I'm a Ram fan. And but yeah, that sounds good, man. I think we will this year coming up this next season. And Pale says that's my dream to collab to watch. Oh man, thank you. That would be awesome. He told me about doing the Lakers, but we didn't get a chance this year because my Lakers unfortunately were so horrible. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that'd be funny for us to do it when the Rams are playing each other. The 49ers are playing the Rams. But let's see. Chaos Theory says, yeah, and Al Davis stole poor Irwindale's. Man, that's crazy how he said, yeah, I'll look at Irwindale for a stadium for the Raiders. I'll pass. Give me that money. That's crazy how he did that, Al Davis. LA Lou, what's up, man? He says, Rams need more content creators. Keep it strong. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. If you can, subscribe to my channel, man. I'm a Rams season ticket holder. I'll be posting more videos next year. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate my RAMILIA, my Ram family, Ramley. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. But that's right. Yeah, man. Thank you. Jesus says, our fan base is growing, fellas. Believe that. Oh, yeah, man. It's growing. And a lot of people's family members that are Cowboys and Broncos and Niner fans or Raider fans, and their sons or daughters or nieces are like, our nephews are like, yeah, but I want an Aaron Donald jersey. Yeah, but I want a Cooper Kupp jersey. Yeah, but I want a Stafford jersey. They'll come back because when the Rams left, they were gone for 20 plus years. A lot of people already got their team. So, but that's okay. We have a lot of RAMILIA. They're, because of what happened when the Rams left It left a bad taste in a lot of OG Ram fans' mouths. And but it's tough, and that's why we appreciate our Ram brothers and sisters in St. Louis and Cleveland, and yes, the fan base will be stronger than ever in the next 5 to 10 years. Believe that for sure, because we're back in LA. We have a winning culture. We already got the chip in Los Angeles, and that's where it grows, man. And you see all these kids, they're doing stuff in the community, and the LA community. They're bringing the trophy around. So Ram fans in Los Angeles, something the Raiders didn't do because they didn't have any roots in Los Angeles. They're bringing the trophy so you can take pictures with the trophy, the only trophy that mattered in the Los Angeles football, pro football. G's Nut says, need to keep educating the youngsters on the tough Ram football we grew up with. Yeah, man, that's what I'm going to incorporate. My guy Willie Bowen was telling me about that. I love him because he comes in with some old school guys, and I'm going to be doing that, man. The last time I posted Billy Waddy catching the ball from Vince Ferragamo in the playoffs against the Cowboys, and we basically retired Roger Staubach to get to the championship game against Tampa Bay. But yeah, man, thank you. I will. Pale Temps LOL. Now let me catch up. Pale says, how many dogs, man? I got multiple dogs, man. Too many, but I love them all. But yeah, LA Rams, the dogs are going crazy. Yeah. And okay, Pale said, I'm back. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm catching up. The dogs on a rampage. Yeah. Who let the dogs out? I mean, the Rams out. Mustard says, yes, it's on. Okay, good. You're back. Thank you. And then Pale Tie says, question, what team would you like to open the season with? Good question. I really want the Bills. Oh, man. I didn't think about the Bills. That's a good question. The Bills, the Raiders, or 49ers? Because we played them so late, I would love to open against those teams. If we play the Raiders, I would love to unfoil the Los Angeles banner in front of them. Or the same thing with the Niners. I would love to unfoil that Super Bowl banner. But yeah, that's a good choice. The Bills would be that'd be awesome. We have to face Von Miller, show him why he shouldn't have left. But no ill feelings toward Von. He helped us win that chip. I love the guy. L.A. Lucis, shout out to the late Carl. Oh man, Carl Eckern. Yes, the late Carl Eckern had a 10-year career with the Rams, and he was a grinder, man. I loved Carl Eckern. Amazing player. Johnny G says, Kale's theory, Al Davis was already planning to move the Raiders back to Oakland back in '88. That's why he had a preseason game there to make sure he still had fans in NorCal. Oh, that's good information. I didn't know that. The Al Davis, whatever you want to say about him, that guy was always up to something, man. Always up to something. LA Rams 12-5 again. That sounds like a good record. McVay doesn't like to play our guys at the end. We could sit guys. If the 49ers, if Trey starts off hot, it's going to be tough. It's going to be us too all the way. We'll see what happens with the Cardinals. Watch the Cardinals surprise us all, and win the division. That would be. It wouldn't be funny, but that would be something, but I don't see that. LA Lou says, I'm a season ticket holder also. Oh, awesome, brother. My first year was a championship. Yeah, that's awesome, man. It was an amazing, dude. I mean, that stadium, forget that I'm a Ram fan. SoFly Stadium is so amazing. I mean, you take a picture, a selfie, and it looks like it's a digital picture. It doesn't look real. It's so bright and beautiful. There's my guy, Niner Sickness Podcast. Cuvo Ramilia. What's up, brother? What's up, my Niner Carnal? He's a great guy. Loves his Niners like I love my Rams, and we go back and forth. But he's also a fellow Laker fan. And Peyo was talking about us collaborating. He wants to see it, but I told him that we were talking about the Laker collaboration. Maybe next year, hopefully, we'll have a championship Laker team. But yeah, that sounds good, man. We'll have to work that out. But yeah, welcome, brother. Welcome. Appreciate it. Good guy, that guy. Jay Money says, what does everyone think about our new drafted run back in Kyron Williams? I like him, man. I like him. I'm a USC Trojan fan, so I don't follow a lot of the teams. I was kind of brushing up on some guys, but there's so many players. And I like his power. He's got some wiggle. He's got a straight arm from hell, and he takes off. So I can see him helping out in our offense, kind of with Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson, kind of take over for the Sony Michel. But he's going to be awesome. But I like him. I like that pick. I like that pick. But he's got some beef behind him, and I like it. And I like the offensive lineman that we got. And so now she says, "Hey, Payo Time, LA Rams YouTuber. What's up, brother? Hey, guys." There goes my dogs again. Pale Time says, "Hail and on your sickness. What are you talking about? We're just here talking about you." Yeah, that's what I was telling them. That's awesome. Pale Time, you and Rudy collaborating is my dream collaborator to watch. Man, it's gonna happen. It's gotta happen, especially in the Laker games too. LA Lou says, "I bought a James Laurinaitis, yes, jersey and changed the nameplate to Carl Eckern. Now I have a Carl Eckern jersey. I was lucky to find Jack Hexar Reynolds jersey on eBay. That's awesome, man. You know, there's a guy called, and I'm not promoting anybody, but I'm just telling you that I saw, and I'm gonna get me a Jim Everett and a Donald button-up hoodie. You know, it's looked like a jersey, and it's called Throwback Joe's. And from what I see, everyone's getting their stuff. It looks cool. You can get. He does jerseys, old school jerseys with what I like with the ram horn on the sleeve. I'm gonna get me a Donald white and blue one like that, and a hoodie. But yeah, it's Throwback Joe's. I'll be posting some stuff when I get it. But when I get my stuff from him. But yeah, man. But yeah, Carl Eckern, and I love Laurinaitis. He didn't get his due because we weren't making the playoffs, but he was a monster. I loved him. Chaos Theory says, "Shout out to badass Nolan Cromwell." Yes, and Wendell Tyler. Yes, Wendell Tyler, who unfortunately went to the Niners and won a Super Bowl with Hacksaw Reynolds. But he was a great Ram. Nolan Cromwell was a great Ram for years. Cool guy. Played in the 79 Super Bowl. Dropped a pick 6 against the Steelers that could have sealed the Super Bowl for us, but it's fine. He was a young player. But yeah, and that's why Tart with the 49ers, you know, great players do stuff. Ramsey dropped 2 picks against Jimmy G in the championship game. A lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people say, "Oh well, if Tart would have caught the ball, you know, we could have won that game." Well, yeah, but you know, it didn't. But also, Ramsey dropped 2 interceptions. One was down lower, and the other one was right in his hands. He was like that. It bounced off. He's like, he was so pissed. We would have had the ball right there at the 18-yard line. But yeah, it's what happens, man. That's what pressure does to you. You know, you got to make the plays. Brian Smith says, "What's up, y'all? What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it." Ellie Lou says, "I like Kareem Williams. He's a good pass protector, and I'm a Bruins fan." That's right. And that pass protection is something that Cam Akers is learning. There was a couple of plays I'm going to post sometime soon that Sony Michel in the Super Bowl made some hell of a blocks and got Stafford off, was able to get his pass off because of Sony Michel. Awesome. In the championship game as well. But that's a good point. Niners Citizens Ramilia, your thoughts on the 49ers drafting Drake Jackson? I like him. USC, man. You guys keep getting USC players. I like that pick. You know, you guys are full, man, on the edge passing cupboard, man. You guys are 9-10 deep, 8-10 deep. But yeah. Sorry. Drake London, the wide receiver. Excuse me. No, wait. Drake Jackson, right? Oh, it's something I want to show you. Hold on. Sorry, Niner sickness. Yeah, that guy, 6'4", from Corona, California, 250 pounds. Man, I would have loved to have got him. You know, I wanted a Hufunga you guys got last year. But yeah, man, you guys go deep on that edge pass rush, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I like him. Jamal says, "Hi, what's up, brother? What's up? Thank you for coming in, man. If you have any comments, feel free to post away, man, if you have any questions. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Last year, I'm a Rams fan, but Niners had a good draft, but we got 99. Yeah, man. they had a pretty decent draft. And but their quarterback situation is the one that's got Trey has potential, but he didn't get the reps that he should have last year. He got hurt twice. We'll see if it's a durability issue because he's a young guy, maybe just bad luck. And it's funny because the one guy, the elder statesman, is the guy that was standing at the whole year, and he was banged up. He wouldn't say anything. But Matthew Stafford in his 14th year, is it? Is the one guy that stood the whole time in the NFC West. All the quarterbacks got hurt except for the older guy. Funny. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Question: do you like On the Clock? The house always wins. Oh man, I love that trailer. I want to see it. It looks like a movie. I was so stoked. I posted it live on there. It's so amazing. There's my guy, Will Miller. Yo, what's good, my guy? What's up, Will? Thank you for coming back in, man. I appreciate it. Welcome, man. Welcome. Pale Time says, and how do you compare to Ramit? Ramit. I had tweeted Vaughn before he went to the Bills that you guys need to, they put the faces on the heads of the new guys, Vaughn and AD. And how they put the heads on them, and they're doing the old school Ramit video. I told him, you guys need to rework that video and do a new one. But then before you know it, he was gone to the Bills. But yeah, that would be awesome. Will Miller says, congrats on 400 subscribers. Thank you, man. Amazing. I'm trying to get to 500, and hopefully we'll go from there. But amazing. LA Ram says, I want the Cowboys in week 1. And thank you, Will Miller. Man, that's another good team. There's so many good teams. But yeah, the Cowboys week 1. Yeah, McVay's 3-1 against Dak Prescott. And we'll see what happens. Will Miller says, Tart, big drop. Yeah, man. But it happens. Ramsey dropped 2. Will Miller says, Kings versus Oilers in the Stanley Cup playoffs. My Kings, they just had a Rams night last week for our Rams. And God bless him. I hope so, man. I hope so. Will Miller says, Gretzky played for both teams. I love Wayne Gretzky. I used to have the Sega NHL 93. I love that guy. Go USC. Yes, we can finally have a coach, and we got some players that are coming in. Brian Smith, a tart drop, not as big as Scott's hit. That was a good hit. That was finally they got him a good hit, and that was a perfect clean hit. That was a perfect clean hit. This hit, textbook hit, and then there he is right there, and then Ice Cube and what's his name from Friday go, Debo, you got out. Thank God he was okay, but that was a good hit, man. I saw it, like, oh, that was a heck of a hit. LA Lou says, I know which one you're talking about. Sony gave up his body, yes, and got pushed back, but bought Stafford time to get the pass off. Yeah, man, it was amazing seeing that. LA Lou says, I just subscribed. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. When I set out, I didn't do this for subscribers. I did this because I wanted to talk to other Ram fans and post videos of my experience with Ramilia and the tailgating and the Rams mariachis. So check out my old videos that I posted. And I'm going to do more of that. And now I'm learning with the algorithm, and the more subscribers and the likes you get, your videos are able to be shown when people search and things like that. So thank you guys. I appreciate every one of you guys. It's a labor of love. I love this. It's amazing. Thank you guys. This is why I do it. And thank you. There's more stuff to come as I learn everything and get everything going. And I'm going to be posting a lot more videos of Ram legends, all kinds of stuff, and thank you guys. I appreciate it. Will Miller says, but thank you for subscribing, LA Lou. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Will Miller says this receiver draft is stacked. Yeah, I was kind of thought we might get another receiver, but somebody said on one of my comments on one of my videos that maybe that's a sign that we're going to get OBJ back. We already have Allen Robinson. We have a stacked roster. Hopefully, Ben Schroeck, who's on my S list, can get off of it and do something. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was stacked. Brian Smith says, "Hit the like button, y'all. Yes, please hit the like button. I always forget about that. Thank you. It helps my channel out." Niners Sickness Podcast says 49ers are 12 pass rushers deep. Yeah, man, you guys have a deep cupboard in the pass rushing category, man. Let us have Ebu come back, man. He's not doing anything with you guys anyway. But yeah, I like him. He got injured last year, and I was surprised that he didn't take off sooner for you guys. But I loved Ebicom. I hated to lose him. Niners Sickness Podcast says 12 49ers signed 12 undrafted free agents today. Yeah, we got some too. I guess there's some guys that we're going to sign. I haven't looked into that, but yeah, that's always good. And they always turn out, a lot of times they're special team players. But yeah, man, with this COVID crap, and injuries, you got to have, guys that can come in. But that's good. Jonathan Vasquez, what's up, brothers? Hopefully I get to meet you one day at Rams game. Man, that'd be awesome. First game I ever went to was Rams versus Lions last season. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that'll be awesome, brother. We're always in the middle pink area, the pink lot, the tailgating lot to the right. I expect we'll be there again this year. And so, yeah, if you ever see me, man, say, hey, man, this is Jonathan Vasquez, and hey, what's up, brother? It's cool meeting Ram fans and everywhere. Like I said, I'm a Disney pass holder. I always mention this because I love Disneyland as a kid. I love the Incredible Coaster. You spin around, and then you have the Guardians Galaxy ride. You just go up and down, and then I'm a big geek. I'm a Star Wars geek. The Rise of the Resistance ride is amazing, and I have my Ram gear, and I always see, hey, Rams house, or hey, Rams, go Rams, and it's Disney cast members. So we're all over the place. I love those guys, man. There was one guy that I talked to, and he said that he was so stoked that the Rams had the parade there at Disneyland. So it was awesome, man. I really love meeting Ramilia. I hear it all the time when I have my Rams gear. Even people that are walking by, and you'll hear them say, "Whose house?" And I go, "Rams house." But yeah, it's awesome, brother. Yeah, hopefully we can meet sometime at the games. Niner Singing Podcast says, "Yeah, brother, so proud of you, and your channel is growing." Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. And I'm proud of you for the grind, man. I really admire all the graphics and stuff you have. I'm going to try to get there. And, awesome first-class channel you have, man. Thank you. I appreciate the support, brother. Thank you. Always much love. Much love to my Niner Carnal. And there's my guy, North Dallas 40. Pale Time blocked me on Twitter and Facebook. He's not. No. You guys are both my guys. You guys better not be fighting. But hopefully you guys will rectify it. LA Rams says Green Bay Packers week 2. We'll see what happens. We owe the Packers. North Dallas 40 says, are you watching Winning Time? I haven't done it yet, North Dallas 40. I haven't done it yet because I want them to all go in the, I want them all to be in there because I want to binge watch them. I heard that Jerry West wants to sue them. I'm sure he's mad at the way they show him. There's always, Hollywood always twists the truth or exaggerates it. So we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to watching it. Also, Magic special on Apple TV, I think. But yeah, I haven't watched it, but I'm looking forward to it. Also, the Ozarks. I heard my buddy told me I'm gonna have to watch this. That was season 5, I think. Awesome show. Brian Smith, yeah, baby. Pale Time says I live 20 minutes where Wayne Gretzky grew up. Oh, that's right, because you're over in Canada. I met his dad before he's lost. A great man. Wayne Gretzky is a legend in Canada. Oh man, I loved Wayne Gretzky. Man, this guy was so badass. I said it before. He would be behind the goal, and other players do this too, but boom, and he hit it off of the guy standing in front of the goal skate, and it would bounce in. Awesome. Niner Sickness says Niners added Danny Gray, a wide receiver, MSU, baby. Let's go. Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. Danny Gray. I was like, oh, they got a receiver. I wonder if they're gonna go. What you have Ayuk, Debo. Well, he's not signed yet, but Danny Gray's in there. And then you have the other receiver. I can't remember his name, but he did pretty good against us in the championship game. But yeah, that's a good pick, man. LA Lou says, I'm out. Louder. All right, brother. Take care. Thank you for subscribing, man. Come in. It says, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. North Dallas 40 says, I love this draft a zillion times better than last year's draft. Snead made up for not drafting Creed and Humphrey. They're learning, and the Gurley and the Gurley and the Goff contracts, was a mistake, and they try to take care of their guys. But yeah, I really love these guys, man. I really love. That's a great point. But yeah, I love this draft. I like the depth that we got in secondary. I like bringing back Troy Hill. I like that running back. He's going to be a load. I love it. And we got the big O lineman. Pale Time says, Ramilia, you're one of my favorite YouTubers. So thankful for your content. Thank you, man. You are, like I told you, and as you are mine. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And but yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. North Dallas 40 says, I was at Santa Monica Pier today with the Rams. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So they're taking the Rams trophy all around. They're going to come to Riverside. That's where I live, in Riverside. So I think I might wait there. I'm not sure if I might go somewhere else, but I might do it in Riverside. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome. And that's why I say it's amazing year. I mean, the Raiders never did that, where they have the trophy go around where fans can take pictures with it, because they didn't have any roots in Los Angeles. Los Angeles doing everything they can to get reacclimated to Los Angeles and the fans here, and it's amazing. I mean, and then they have the cheerleaders there, and they have the background too. It's amazing. That's awesome, man. North Dallas Ford, that's awesome, brother. I was at the Santa Monica Pier today, and with the Rams Lombardi Trophy. If you took pictures, North Dallas 40, and if you want, send it to my email, and I'll post it on here, man. If you want, but I'd like to see it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's not the one I wanted. Here it is. This is my email. If you want to, if you guys have pictures of you guys, you want me to post it, I'll post it on my screen here. But that's awesome, man. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to do that. Let's see here. Niner Sickness says, I make overlays, brother. I can make you one. Oh, that's awesome, brother. Thank you. That'd be cool, man. I'll have to hit you up, man, because I really love the stuff that you have on your channel, and I love it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Much love, man. Brian Smith at North Dallas 40 at LMAO. I always get that wrong. I can say it the real time, the not the abbreviation part. Will Miller says, I like our team. I think we'll be good for a long time. Man, for the next, Snead has already said that he's all in until Stafford and Donald retire, and then we'll have to retool. Hopefully, it won't be a long retool, but yeah, for the next 3 to 4 years, we're going to be a handful. Niner says, I'm going to the 49ers versus Rams game in LA this year. Let's hook up, brother. Oh yeah, let me know, man. Let me know. I'll introduce you to some of the RAMILIA, and much love, brother. And there'll be a lot of Niner fans, like always, in Los Angeles, a lot of Niner fans. And but yeah, that'd be great. And then on that note, my guy Jamal says, I hate the Niners. That's okay. I hate the Niners too, but I appreciate my YouTube brothers, Niner brothers. But yeah, that's fine. I hate them too, because they were so successful against us in the 90s and in the 80s too. And but yeah, that's a rivalry. So yeah, that's no problem. It's like as a Laker fan, I hate the Celtics. Nothing meant by it if you're a Celtics fan, but I hate them too. But that's fine. North Dallas versus Pale. Oh no. Hope you guys make up, man. You guys are good. None of that, guys. None of that. Come on. Chaos Theory says, I heard what is holding up Deal's contract negotiations. Is the truth wants an unlimited supply of. I heard what is holding up Deal's contract negotiations is that he wants an unlimited supply of tissues. Man, you know what? OBJ was talking to Debo, and he said that he was going to spill the beans maybe about what's going on with the negotiation. So we'll see what happens. Jamal says, go Rams. Jamal says, Rams winning a lot more Super Bowls. Man, I hope. If we get another one, we got this one, so I'm happy now. But I wouldn't be surprised, even if we didn't get the back-to-back Super Bowls, which I really want. I can see us, if we didn't win this year, being Super Bowl ready again the next year after that. That'll be awesome. But yeah, hopefully, man, that'll be awesome. Hopefully it'll be like the Cowboys with the triplets with Irvin, Aikman, and Emmitt Smith, and we get 3 of them. SG Sports Track Channel, what's up, brother? He says, thoughts on Westbrook. Man, I like him. He didn't fit with us. AD was hurt. If he comes back, I hope he has a better year. It's tough playing in Los Angeles. I really still like him as a player, though. Ray says, "Hey, Ramilia, what's up, Ray? What's up, bro? Sorry, I'm behind in the chat. Sorry." Jamal says, "What's up, Ray?" Ellie Rapp says, "I'm scared of roller coasters." Oh man, that was not too bad though. The credit coaster. Johnny G says, "Winning time is good, but they disrespected my boy Jerry West, the logo." Oh, that's what he's saying. I haven't seen it yet. Sorry for falling behind, guys. Mustard says, "Welcome, Ray." Yes, welcome. Brian Smith does Dallas 40. Oh no, guys. I hope you guys make up. Okay, so Niners Thicknesses podcast is Debo signing until 2023. Oh, he did sign it. Oh, okay. Oh, he's under contract. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's under contract. Yeah, but he wants the more money. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he won't cause problems because being a running back, he can get hurt. And so I understand. So hopefully they got to make amends with him. North Dallas 40 says the Rams O-line pick is in the 0th round is better than the Cowboys pick in the first round pick, than the Cowboys first round pick. I think so too. We'll see what happens. But remember, we got first round picks in the Gerald Robinson. Joe Robinson? He was horrible. Nighthawk says, if you don't get the Donald hoodie jersey, what would you get? And thank you guys. I'm sorry I fell behind. I'm going to catch up. I will get it, but I want to get a Jim Everett hoodie, and because that's one of my favorite quarterbacks in high school. I want to get what other hoodie? I already have Flipper Anderson hoodie. Probably a Henry Eller too. That way I have the 3. But yeah, he also does the zip up ones. I have a hoodie, and then he has the zip up hoodies. I'll probably go with the hoodie zip up one this time. Then says we are working on an extension for Debo. Okay. They have to now because they didn't trade him, but that's good. That's good. Eddie Ram says we didn't draft a punter. We have that guy. I guess he's going to be the guy that we signed. I guess he's going to be a Band-Aid. We'll see what happens. It sucks that Hecker had to go, but yeah. Santa Monica is my hometown. Oh, awesome. Santa Monica. G's Ness is 49ers. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping this year they're not going to be as good as they were this last year. Hopefully we'll be able to sweep them this year. We'll see what happens, man. But they're tough. They match up good with us. Brian Smith, OBG falsely reported Debo to the Patriots. G's Ness says Debo wants to be a Ram. That I was saying that if the Niners let Debo get traded off to somebody, say they traded for those picks in the Jets, and it did turn out. Imagine Debo in a year or two with the Rams. They make a trade and with McVay, and then they play the Niners. That was something that might not happen now, but that would be horrible. But Johnny says, I hate all Boston teams. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. The Patriots especially, and the Celtics. Brian Smith says, I can see OBJ to the Niners if Debo bails. Man, don't say that. We got to have him. We got to have OBJ back. North Dallas 40 says, what do you think of Hill coming back? I love it. I love Hill coming back. He works well with Ramsey, another veteran presence. I love it. I like the idea of trading a pick to Cleveland. Things don't work out in Cleveland. Bringing Hill back, he worked really well with Ramsey, and Ramsey is happy he's back. North Dallas 40 says we have 3 Wisconsin Badgers in the OL, but no Honey Badger yet. I hope he's coming back. But yeah, that's true. I really like, our offensive line's slowly but surely rounding into shape. I like the pick that we got. There's my guy, Willie Bowen. What's up, Ramilators? He says, thank you for coming in, Willie. Appreciate it, brother. Ray says, I love Hill coming back too. He plays great across from Ramsey. Yes. Jose JC says, what's up, my man? Rams house. Kind of disappointed with the misses on some of the picks, but hey, I've been proven wrong in the past before. Instead, interested in Quentin Lake and Ryan Williams. Yeah, man, you never know what's going to happen. You're high on a guy. Like I was high on Tutu Atwell last year, and he didn't show me nothing, but he didn't get a lot of reps. Hopefully he'll rectify himself this year. And so we'll see what happens. But yeah, like you said, our guys deserve, our front office deserves the benefit of the doubt. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, great point. Great point, JC. Thank you for coming in, brother. Willie Bowen says Quentin Lake from UCLA is one of the picks, LA Rams drafted. Yes, I was talking about that. I like that pick. We'll see what happens. I like our secondary depth now. We got the Robert Wishows and the Troy Hill and all these guys. Honey Badger, hopefully there's still room for him to be like a calming voice with Troy Hill. I really like it. We'll see what happens. Great point, Willie. LA Rams says Cleveland Browns are not good with their players. LA, oh shit. That's so sad for Cleveland. First they lose their franchise, the real Cleveland Browns franchise went to Baltimore, and then they kept the name, and now this franchise is having problems. Poor guys, man. I wish one year they could get to the Super Bowl and win it. For them. Chaos Theory says, I want Debo to stay with the Niners because I want to see him cry again. That's the one thing with Debo is like a Patrick Beverly. If he's not on your team, you hate the guy, you hate the guy. But if he's on your team, he gives all out and, he gives all out and you appreciate him. And so, but yeah, I agree with you. Hopefully he'll be upset the more times we play them. But yeah, that's a great point. Jay Rocky, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Troy Hill was a great move. Yes, it was. If you haven't, Jay, hit the like button, brother. Subscribe to my channel, man. I appreciate you being in here, man. Thank you so much. Ray says, I wish Johnny Johnson would come back too, man. Browns suck. You know what? It sucks. This is the thing that I hate. We get up here to the Super Bowl, we won it, but we keep losing players and have to restock. The draft, the secondary. We won it, so it worked out. We got Widow off of the couch. I hate that we lose players all the time. Wish there was a way that we can keep more of them. But yeah, Johnny Johnson, I really liked him, but he played good because of Ramsey. He's a good player. And Troy Hill, I think, didn't have a Ramsey on the other side, so he's going to get back to what he was, and they play great together. Jay Money says, hopefully Jacob Harris could come about. Yes, man. Another guy, Jacob Harris, I had so much high hopes for him. And, 6'5", 220, runs a 4.38. Amazing. The great point. And Bryce Smith-Array agreed on JJ. Yep. And Johnny G says, Nick Scott is Debo's daddy. he introduced himself in that game for sure. Master says Debo is like Tio, always crying. That's one thing about Tio is that guy, he's such a specimen, physical specimen, but he was such a, like OBJ is a character, even Deshaun Jackson with us, but the guy just, he's always yapping away, man. to his teammates and stuff, and then does he does what's the his name escapes me now. The Eagles quarterback. He was yapping about him too, and you don't need to do that, man. Come on now. G's Nut says, oh, hold on. Sorry, missed something. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. G's Nut says, Miss JJ, Miss Bobby Trees, man, Bobby Trees. Yeah, man. Miss Bobby Trees too, but we'll be all right. We are champions, baby. Yes, Allen Robinson is not going to replace Bobby Trees, but he gives us a different dimension. Just like Bobby Wagner gives us a different dimension on defense that Von Miller didn't. Those little short runs that Debo does or other players, or the little short over the middle passes and the takeoff with Troy Reader as our linebacker in there, aren't going to happen now with Bobby Wagner. Even though he's not prime time Bobby Wagner, he's better than most linebackers, and he can still get after it. But yeah, we are champs, baby. That's right. Hopefully we'll be back-to-back champs. Monster says the Rams knocked out T.O. just like we knocked out Debo. I used to call him Terrible Owens because it was bad luck. Wherever he would go, they would, he in the Super Bowl he played hurt, but the Eagles lost that Super Bowl. And same thing with the great Randy Moss. Bad luck guys, diva kind of guys, great players, and they couldn't win the big one. Allie Ram says, big crybaby ass, Al. Chaos Theory says, with all these DBs drafted, it does not look like good for Taylor Rapp. Man, Taylor Rapp was on my S list too. He's a Ram, so I support him. But yeah, man, he missed. There's players that are ball hawks and they're just around the ball. I mean, they're just around the ball. Taylor Rapp is not that guy. I like the guy. He's a nice guy, okay player, but I don't approve of what Ramsey did to him on the field. But I understand because he frustrated me too, especially in 2019 when Jimmy G threw that long ball and we're trying to make the playoffs. And we could have beat the Niners, the best Niner team that Shanahan's ever had. They beat us 34-31 at Santa Clara, and there was a breakdown, and Ramsey was pissed off, and that caused us to not make the playoffs. We could have beat them probably again. Maybe we would have stopped them from even making the Super Bowl. But that was the best Kyle Shanahan 49er team they ever had, and we gave them all we wanted. We had an offensive line that was struggling, and it was 34-31. And I remember that game. I was like, we were coming back. We were coming back on him. And Taylor Rapp would always mess up on those plays like that. But yeah, so I really liked what we've done. Jesus says, agreed on Bobby Trees. Will always be around. Yeah, man. I love Bobby Trees. Willie Bone says, did Palomao, Chris Steele from USC get drafted? You know what? I'm not sure, man. I'll have to look that up, Willie. I was at work during the draft, and I was like, am I breaking lunch, like posting stuff? We'll see what happens. Niners podcast says, Niners winning the West this year. Truth. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Brian Smith says, Rams team to beat in the NFC and NFC West. We're the Super Bowl champions, so that's right, man. G's Nut says, at Ray Hall, yeah, USC, baby. Trees forever around. That's right. That's right. And he got a ring too, at least. He didn't get the chance to play, but he was one of the reasons they helped build this culture and lift guys up in the practice and showed them the right attitude. And so yes, at least he got a ring with the Rams. Brian Smith says Niners swept by Seattle. Isn't that crazy that the Niners got swept by Seattle and Arizona, and they play us like it's the Super Bowl? I know because they match up, and everything, and our defense is a defense that keeps everything in front of you. You're not worried about the back. You're worried about the back pass, the deep passes, but they don't throw deep passes with Jimmy G. They keep everything in front of you. So our defense plays into their hands. And so, but yeah, isn't that something? We don't have any problems with the Seahawks, and we split with the Cardinals, and they got swept by both of them, but they give us a hard time. Isn't that something? That's just the way it goes. Monster says, sorry, Niners sickness. That's definitely not going to happen. Rams got this. I agree. Willie Bone says, Magoa from USC should have been on the Rams, on the LA Rams as their pass rusher. Yeah, man, there's a lot of players I kind of was hoping that we were going to get. And I was kind of looking at it at work. I was like, darn it. Okay, good. That's not bad, but Niner Sickness says, Trey area, baby. Where did that come from, Trey area? I heard that term. But we'll see what happens with Trey, man. We'll see what happens. He's very inexperienced. Kyle did him a little bit of a disservice, not giving him more reps. You have to play. And then the offensive line, you let some players get away. They're not as good as they were last year. And then McGlinchey looks like, I'm heavier than McGlinchey is. He lost a lot of weight. I don't know, man. Great Gaines and Donald are going to eat if they move Brunchville to center like they want to, and the other offensive lineman can't make up his mind if he wants to retire. So the Niners got a worse offensive line than it was last year, with the guy maybe retiring. McGlinchey's skinny. They let a couple guys get away. We'll see what happens, man. Having issues on the offensive line is not good playing the Rams out. That's the Bengals, but we'll see what happens. And then an inexperienced quarterback to boot. And now we have secondary help with Troy Hill and Ramsey. And if we get Honey Badger, ooh. And Bobby Wagner, the Niner killer there. Woo! I'm already getting stoked for that game, man. I'm getting stoked for that game. Brian Smith says, Trey, emoji. We'll see what happens, man. A young quarterback. We'll see what happens. He's got potential. He's fast. We'll see what happens. Niner Sickness that Brian Smith, but we beat the Rams twice. Yeah, you beat us twice. The one game where we had the lead, we should have got that one, but it's okay. It worked out. We set you guys. We unleashed the Niners on the Cowboys to do our dirty work, and then we unleashed the Niners on the Packers to do our dirty work. And then we brought them home to SoFi Stadium in a packed house, packed Niners, packed Rams. A lot of Niners thought they were going to win us for a third straight time, and we beat them at SoFi. So we unleashed the Niners on the Cowboys and the Packers to do our dirty work, and then we got them at SoFi Stadium. What else can we do? But yeah, it's going to be great, man. Always great rivalry games. Brian Smith says, McVay learned a lot not to take the foot off the gas, man. Yes. San Francisco last season, San Francisco will never have a 6-0 run against us again. You know what? I'm glad you made that point. The Niners, a W is a W. No excuses. They beat us. Okay, we got them in the big one. I'll take it. But in those 6 games, 3 games were like 3 points or less, right? Even the 2019 game, like I said, they beat us 31-34. The best Niner team that Shiner has had, period. The team that went to the Super Bowl. We gave them all they wanted at Santa Clara. And we were struggling. We finished 9-7. This game against the Niners last year, the first game, we're all happy because we got Von Miller, we got OBJ. We play them at Santa Clara, and we find out a couple days before that Monday night showdown that Robert Woods is out for the season. We're all devastated. We're like, oh, man, seriously? The first Super Bowl in 2018, we didn't have Kupp. He got hurt midway. Now here's Robert Woods. We're in our feelings. OBJ got off the plane. Didn't even know the offense. Von Miller was hurt more than he thought. He wasn't Von Miller. And so we struggled, and they beat us. God bless them. But that game, not an aberration, but that wasn't the Ram team that ended up playing them again. There were 2 different teams again at the end of the year. We got out on them. They came back on us. They beat us in overtime, but it wasn't like the first game because now OBJ knew the offense. Von Miller was himself. They beat us again. So each game, it was like a different tier now. Now the Niners are playing us in the championship game, and then we know what to expect. And they kept saying that they were going to beat us. They're going to beat us again. And we got a little more physical. And, still could have went both ways. They took a 10-0 lead on us, but we just weren't going to be denied. So, they got us the 2 games, so there's no excuses. You got to still win. But each game, and we needed that. We needed the Niners to hit us on the chin, and that showed us that we could come back against the Bucks when they tied it at Tampa Bay, and then in the Super Bowl when all seems lost, it's basically Stafford and Kupp. When OBJ went down and we're down to our third string tight end, we can't block for the running game, and so we needed that. We needed the Niners to be our sparring partner and hit us on the chin a few times, and give us those wars so we can be war ready, and it helped out. So I like it, but yeah, that 6-0 win. I see us with Trey Lance. He's going to take a little while probably to get acclimated. We play very good against mobile quarterbacks. We'll see what happens. I can't wait for that game. Jose JC says Niners, Mr. Relic QB will be better than Trey Lance. That's right. They took a quarterback, right? That's right. Chaos Theory says that's funny. Chaos Theory says Winers ain't winning nothing with that skinny jeans wearing Trey Lance. That boy can run but can't pass a lick. You know what? Trey Lance is fast. He's got a strong arm, but he tends to be he tends to be inaccurate over the top. When he's inaccurate, he tends to float it, and that's horrible for a quarterback. He can make a range with his young quarterback. We'll see what happens. But against the Rams, with a Jalen Ramsey, a Troy Hill, if we get Honey Badger, if we have our linebacker now, Bobby Wagner. If you're not going to be accurate and you kind of float it up high, that's not very good. But we'll see what happens. He does struggle with his accuracy, but we don't know enough about him. He hasn't played a lot. The NFL is a different monster and the Titans. The Rams defense is not the Titans. The other defenses are not the Titans. So if he looked good against the Titans, that's great. It's an NFL team, but there's no AD coming at you. There's no Leonard Floyd coming at you. There's no Bobby Wagner. So we'll see what happens. And then their offensive line isn't as good as it was last year. So there's a lot to see what happens, But yeah, it's going to be great. But they have great coaching. We'll see what happens. They have good players on both sides. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Willie Bowen says Niner sickness. Y'all didn't win the Super Bowl 56. Jay Money says, I honestly think Rapp and Henderson will be gone after the season. I kind of think Henderson too, because he can't stay healthy. But if we can get him on a decent, I'm not sure. I don't think he costs us a lot. But with a three-headed monster, when he's out there, he made a few plays in the Super Bowl when we needed him. We'll see what happens. Catching the ball too. Monster says, "Stop it, Niner sickness." You're starting to cry like Debo. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a very great rivalry. Jesus says, "I will take 2 regular seasons lost to win one NFC Championship win any day." That's right, man. We won the biggest one. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I had a good feeling when we're going in because we had played so much better the second time, and we kind of like, oh man, we owe them. We were so. I was already saying bye to the 49er fans. When they came back and beat us, most of them were leaving. They thought the game was over. I thought the game was over. McVay gives them back the ball. That game should have been over. He took the foot off the gas pedal. I was waving by. I thought we had broken through. We stopped them from making the playoffs. And I was waving by, and the Niner fans started leaving for the exits. And then they came back and beat us. And I go, oh man. but it actually turned out because, like I said, we let them loose on the Cowboys, and we let them loose on the Packers to do our dirty work because we match up better with the Cowboys. We match up better with the Bucks, and we match up better with the we match up better with the excuse me. We match up good with the Cowboys, but we match up better the excuse me. The Packers play the Niners play the Packers better than us, but we owed them. They have their number. So we kind of let them loose on the Cowboys and the Packers, and then it worked out. We got them at SoFi Stadium. But every time we played the Niners, we played better. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Niners since Alex Mack is playing this season. So, but has he made that? He's kind of beating around the bush, though. He hasn't said he's playing officially. So unless he says something today or yesterday, I didn't see it. We'll see what happens. But I like a guy to say, yeah, I'm coming back. We'll see what happens. If he doesn't come back, that's a major not going to say major. That's a big blow. We'll see what happens. Bryce, with that Niners Sixers proceeded to lose the game against the Rams that counted most. Yeah, man, that was the biggest one. Antoine Byers, what's up, brother? He says, I think we will sign Honey Badger this coming week. Man, I hope so, man. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Outer Sickness says, Booby's an old man. Fred Warner is better. Bobby's an old man. Well, Fred Warner is a young guy, but Bobby Wagner is arguably still as good as Warner. He's just not as young, and he's been a better player up until now. So there's nothing against Fred Warner, but Bobby Wagner, if you look at their stats last year, he's up there too still. But now with AD in front of him, you know, you guys have Bosa, but there's nobody like AD in front of him. And you got Gaines and Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald in the front. And now you have Bobby Wagner and Ernest Jones are really high on him in the middle, but you have Bobby Wagner in the middle. Then you have Jalen Ramsey and Troy Hill. You have top flight players at each level of the defense. Linebacker, we didn't have that before. Troy Reader let Debo get those big plays, those little inside runs that Kyle likes to run. Troy Reader would let 5 or 6 yard plays go to 18 yards and a touchdown. That's not going to happen no more with Bobby Wagner. Even if he's not young Bobby Wagner, he can sniff that out. Just like Widow was getting in there and stopping the run in the championship game, Bobby Wagner is going to sniff those big plays out. He's not unstoppable, Bobby Wagner, but that's going to make a huge difference in our defense. Moving Troy Reader and putting in Bobby Wagner to go with Ernest Jones, and he's teaching him the way. Man, it's going to be – I can't wait. I'm so stoked. Niner City says, Rams got lucky, bro. Enjoy the win, brother. 5 chips, only 2. 5 chips, yes, but not since the free agent time. They won the last chip in 1994 when free agency started, but the Niners clearly have not figured out how to win a Super Bowl in the free agent time. The Rams have won 2 Super Bowls since the Niners last tasted glory. So yeah, 5, but really they won the year of free agency, but since then the free agency hasn't been kind to them. The Rams have won 2 chips since the Niners last tasted glory. So yeah, 5 is great. You know, you can't do anything about that. That's, you know, great accomplishment. But we're coming off of our last Super Bowl, and but yeah, I mean, you know, it was great. And plus, we beat the Niners in the championship game to get there, so it makes it even sweeter. Willie Bowen says LA Rams will repeat as Super Bowl champ. Man, I hope so. I can see what happens. And Outer Sickness says, win is a win, stop the excuses. No, there's no excuses, but you have to understand, like I said, a win is a win, but there's also a reason. Just like my Lakers should have won in 2008, but Andrew Bynum was hurt, but they lost. But with the win, you know, it's the same thing with the Niners. Oh, if Tart would have caught that ball, we would have won. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But yeah, no excuses. But from my point of view, if McVay wouldn't have took the foot off the gas, because that game was in hand. We had the ball. There's a minute something left. We didn't even try for the first down. We gave them the ball, but they did what they had to do to win. But yeah, that's right. But it worked out for us. So, you know, for me, I would gladly trade the 6 losses for the championship game. Bryce with the G's nuts is right. Gabriel, what's up, brother? Gabriel Rabanal. I'm sorry. Gabriel Rabanal. Thank you, brother, for coming in. He says, love this report. Now 2-time champions with more to come. God and Cup willing. Yes, man. Thank you for coming in, brother. Appreciate it. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, man. I appreciate you coming in. God bless you, man. Thank you. Martin Carrillo, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you coming in too. I really thought the Rams were going to go all offensive line when they traded for Troy Hill, but they still went for more DBs. Yeah, me too. I thought we were going to get a couple more offensive line, but I like you can't get everything, but I do like the depth on the back end now. Great point, Martin. But yeah, also too, man, if you hit the like and subscribe button, brother. I'd like to see you in here more often, and I see some of my videos. Get the alerts for that, brother. Thank you for coming in. Great point. Niner says that you're talking about our offensive line when you lost both your left guard and right lineman. Yeah, but that's true. So we'll see what happens. But No Boom is going to replace. I'm not going to say it that way. He's played in place of the great Big Wit before, and he's done very well. So can he do it for a full season? We'll see. So our offensive linemen have at least played together, and they're pretty good offensive linemen. Now with Stafford in there, and if we with our running game, they're gonna with these picks. Hopefully, in year 2, we'll see what happens. But yeah, my point is this: is your offensive line in the championship game with Jimmy in there was horrible. Let's just not mince words. The Niners' offensive line was the guys they had last year, and I know that Trent Williams was hurting, but the Rams were going in there like Swiss cheese at that end. Let's not make no mistakes. And so, if your offensive line is not as good as it was last year, that offensive line is going to look like the end of the championship game, where we were just going right in there. But we'll see what happens. You have to make the plays. You can draw it up all you want, but yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but our offensive line didn't look like yours did at the end of at the championship game, where they were just running in. I mean, Donald and Greg Gaines were taking turns ragdolling Brunskill, and the last play, Brunskill got pushed back into another guy, fell down, and Donald ran in there and ragdolled Jimmy Garoppolo. So we'll see what happened. But yeah, you cannot say that your offensive line looked good at the end of the championship game, and now it's not as good as it was last year. So what can you say? And we don't have Von Miller, but we have a different way we can go about it. We'll see what happens. You got to play the game. We could talk about all we want, but the point is the Niners offensive line is not as good as it was last year. That's not even talking smack. It's not. But we'll see what happens. Brian Smith says LA Rams 2022 Super Bowl champions, last team in the NFC West to win one. Yes, that's right, man. Hopefully we can do it. I'm looking at I'm looking at the AFC teams. I'm looking at the NFC teams. I don't see why we can't. Antoine Byers, what's up, brother? He says Niners going on damn near 30 years without a Super Bowl and still bragging about 5. LOL, y'all turn into the Cowboys fans. Yeah, I mean, they won those 5 Super Bowls. You can't take nothing from them, but yeah, that's one thing, the go-to thing. We won 5 Super Bowls. I guess I appreciate that, but yeah, 5 Super Bowls. But yeah, that didn't help them last year in the championship game. Same thing with the Cowboys when we beat them in 2018. We got 5 Super Bowls, yeah, but that didn't help you in the playoffs against us. But yeah, Brian Smith says our chip is recent, though. Yeah, man, our 2 chips. We won 2 chips. We won the 1999, 5 years after their last chip, and then we won this year. So we won the last 2 chips before, since they won, they tasted glory. I'm forgive me if I butcher this. Jabrowski. Okay, hello people. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Niner City says Ram fans better pray trade Don. We'll see what happens, man. Trey hasn't shown anything that he's that guy. We'll see what happens, but he hasn't got a chance to. So you have to be high in your guy. I like Trey Lance, his potential, but he has potential. We'll see what happens for a full season. Plus, hopefully it's not a red flag that he's gotten hurt twice. And he's a young guy. So, it could just be bad luck. We'll see what happens. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Bryce Smith, Patriots fans cite their age Super Bowl wins too. Seahawks have more recent chips than San Francisco. Yeah, the 2 teams. The only one is the Cardinals. Good point. Mark Carrillo says, man, no matter how much experts graded the Rams draft, AD going to stop those running games with one arm. Isn't that AD in the Super Bowl grabbed the guy back and made it go to fourth down? I mean, God, AD is a guy that he doesn't get his due. He doesn't get the calls. They hold him on almost every play. And amazing. Yeah, he doesn't get his due. But a guy like AD, it helps out. I love that he's coming back and he's charged up and he wants more. But great point, Martin. Niners Sixers, there's no Miller. Brian Smith, burden on trade to prove his worth. Hasn't done anything in the NFL. Well, that's another thing. Okay, so even let's just say that Trey Lance is going to be a good quarterback. Regardless, he's going to go through growing pains. Okay, if he does it, then great. That'd be surprising. Hold on. He's going to go through growing pains like most quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens. But Kyle's not doing him any favors, not getting rid of Jimmy G still. Kyle didn't do any favors playing him more last year. Kyle did horrible game planning where he almost got him killed. I don't know what he was doing, running him into guys. He's a young quarterback, and if he makes bad decisions, he could get hurt and go out for the season. He got his bell clock because he's a young guy. Hopefully he'll learn. We'll see what happens. The jury is out on Trey. So we'll see what happens. One thing is for sure, Kyle Shanahan played Jimmy G, even as bad as Jimmy G was playing, with the hurt finger over Trey Lance because he was a veteran quarterback. But even though Jimmy G was playing so horrible against the Packers, against the Rams, he had the worst rating of any quarterback in the fourth quarter in NFL history. And they didn't break the kid in even for a few plays. I mean, if you wanted to win the game, wouldn't you do some fancy play? I can see McVay doing that, where you have Trey and Debo. I mean, as great as Kyle Shanahan is supposed to be, and he is an offensive guru, wouldn't you have you done some shake and bake plays, you call it, and shake and bake, and you have Trey in there, and they're moving around, and Debo, and he can run with them. I mean, we'll see what happens. To me, like I've said before, Kyle Shanahan reminds me of Norv Turner, a great offensive coordinator, a great offensive mind, but a horrible head coach. He doesn't know how to head coach in my mind. And just the way that he's brought Trey along last year, just recently figured out that Debo can run the ball. That basically saved his bacon. Getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs is having Debo be 60% of the offense, 50 or 50 some plus percent of the offense, whatever it is. I give him props for scheming and hiding Jimmy G, his weaknesses. But I think, to me, Anthony Lee, the Chargers head coach that you guys got as a coach, should be the head coach, and Shanahan should move to head offensive coordinator. I mean, I think he'd be a better head coach than Shanahan. And I'm not talking about offensive play calling. I'm talking about head coach. That's why I'm so glad. I mean, we were going to try and get Kyle Shanahan as our head coach, but we couldn't wait for him. He was in the playoffs with the Falcons, and we got McVay instead. I'm so glad that we got McVay instead. Imagine we would have had Kyle Shanahan. We probably would have did okay, but here he is right here. There's Kyle Shanahan with the face on him when McVay called him up and said, "Hey, Kyle, we signed Stafford." But Kyle Shanahan's a great offensive mind. Don't get me wrong, one of the best in the business. But I don't think he's a great head coach. And he's proven me. I mean, he doesn't even have a winning record. I know it's because of injuries and blah blah blah, but he doesn't even have a winning record as head coach of the 49ers. If they didn't make the playoffs this year, they made it a miracle run. That would have been 3 out of 5 seasons they had a losing record. So we'll see what happens. I'm not talking smack. I'm just, everything that I said is true. He doesn't have a winning record. He lost the big game against us. He lost 2 Super Bowls. Bad luck. Is he the next Marty Schottenheimer? We'll see. We'll see. His buddy McVay has a ring. Now when they go to lunch, McVay goes like this. He goes, hold on. So they're sitting at the dinner table, and McVay goes, "Oh yeah, so how you doing, Kyle?" We'll see what happens, but yeah. So I'm having fun, but I'm not talking smack. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Niner Cygnus says Rams lost more players than they signed. Yeah, we lost players, but we have our core players back, and we got Bobby Wagner, and I mean, we're still one of the we're basically we're favored over the Niners in Vegas odds to win the Super Bowl. So I mean, yeah, all teams lose players, just like we lost players the year before, But yeah, that happens. Brian Smith says Rams also traded all their picks to win now, per the bobbleheads. There's a cool bobblehead that I want to get too that they have. Chaos Theory says what the whole NFL doesn't understand is we are down 5 defensive starters most of the playoff. We were down 5 defensive starters most of the playoffs. Down tight end 1, tight end 2, and wide receiver 2 in the Super Bowl and still won. That's my point, man. And Stafford is the reason that we were able to do that, because this dude here is a beast. This guy here played through injuries. He there was a play where the time when he struggled and he was banged up. He gets a black face on, like a dark face, and he gets so focused against Tampa Bay. He was saying, "Yeah, I had a soul steal. Yeah, I felt like soul stealing when he came back against the Bucs when they thought they were going to win, and outdueled Tom Brady again for the second time." This guy, I mean, in his first year with the Rams, wins the NFC West, wins the NFC, wins the Super Bowl. Man, 1 year. Gabriel Ramino says, got to stick it to Brady again. He cost us 2. Man, I hate Brady, but yeah, we got to. Niner Sickness says Raiders would have lost to the Packers. I mean, the Rams would have lost to the Packers. No, I think we would have got them like we got you guys. We owed you guys, and we learned how we were getting better each time. A couple of times, the one time that we lost against the Packers the last time when OBJ was with us is because they weren't calling some holding penalties against AD, but we lost. It is what it is. And but no, I think we would have beat them. I mean, you guys beat them without even scoring an offensive touchdown. So how are you going to say we're not going to beat them with Matthew Stafford? We'll see what happens. But and OBJ at that time, we didn't know he was going to get hurt. And Cooper Kupp, who knows? But at least we didn't have to go to snow. But yeah, I mean, things work out the way they're supposed to. Willie Bone says, Niner the Whiner, Aaron Donald is retiring, face reality. Oh, Niner the Whiner, Aaron Donald isn't retiring, face reality. No, he's not going to retire. The Rams lost both left tackle and left guard. Yeah, but we have replacements. They're not as good on the left tackle, but they'll be fine. Yeah. So, but our offensive line didn't look like Swiss cheese though. In the Super Bowl and in the NFC Championship game against your guys' good pass rush. That's the difference. You guys did look like Swiss cheese at the end. You guys couldn't keep us out of there. And now your offensive line is worse. So, I mean, let's just say that both offensive lines are worse. Who's more in trouble? You guys. Because you guys couldn't keep us out of there. The last 3 minutes, it was a defensive line feast. They were feasting on that offensive line. Gaines and Donald were taking turns on ragdolling Brunskill, and Von Miller was outrunning injured Trent Williams. We'll see what happens, though. I'll talk. Niners Cygnus is hanging on the Winers channel tonight. Props to you for sorry. Niners Cygnus hanging on the Winners channel tonight. Props to you having a winner's mentality. Yeah, you got to tip me out to my brother, Niners Cygnus. It's all good. We go back and forth. He's a good guy. I love going back because he's passionate about his team. He should be. And they had the rights to it, to the 6-0 thing. But yeah, that's what it's all about, man. We all love our team. Nothing wrong with us going back and forth. And who knows what will happen? Watch the Cardinals sweep us both. I don't think so, but we'll see what happens. Miners haven't won anything since floppy disk. I remember, though. That's how old I am. Bryce Smith, 1994. And let's see. My guy, Niners says, we drafted a 6'1", 225. I saw that. Running LSU. You guys know we run the ball. You know how well we – yeah, you guys run the ball really good, man. But Bobby Wagner is going to help us. We're not going to be as bad as we were against the run with Bobby Wagner in there now. And Ashawn Robinson's a beast against the run, man. We kind of, thanks again to the Niners, figured out how to, we thought that we were just going to go in there and with all the big names and not have to get our fingernails dirty. And the Niners kind of blue-collared us and got physical and made us take the sunglasses off and get down and dirty and start hitting the full game, not just line them up in the first half. It was like what? It was like 17-0 or something. Excuse me, dropping my trophy. I can't remember, but we had a big lead on them and we let them come back. We needed them to play us like that, and it helped. Johnny G says Niners haven't won in the that's right, huh? They've been close, man. And one thing about the Niners, they're such a weird franchise because they have 5 winning seasons since 20 years, and let's see, and all 5 of them they went to the championship game. Isn't that crazy? Willie Bone says, here we go. Did I already get through that one? Okay, Willie Bone says, Niner the Whiner, he can't get past Aaron Donald and Bobby Wagner. You know what? We'll see. I'm just so happy that we got Bobby Wagner with AD in front of him, and they're already working out stunts. I can see the Rams using Bobby Wagner like a Junior Seau, blitzing up the middle with AD and Gaines and Ashawn Robinson. I mean, it's a different dimension. Man, I can't. I mean, being a Ram fan, it's like Christmas, man. I mean, we get all these guys. God, man, I can't wait. Brian Smith says, as an LSU running back who hasn't played an NFL down, what's your point? Well, Shanahan knows how to do the run thing, but that's a good point. All of our picks have to show up, so we'll see what happens. Gabriel says 3-pronged receivers of Kupp, Robinson, and hopefully Beckham, if not Jefferson, as good as Bruce, Holt, and Hakeem. Defense good, if not better than Y2K defense. Yeah, that's a good point. Van Jefferson really disappointed me in the Super Bowl because he didn't step up when OBJ went down. I thought that was going to be his breakout. He did some stuff in the year and he looked fantastic. And then he'd kind of be, low. I thought he was going to be the dude because he's got a pedigree. His dad played in the NFL for a long time. And he's got good speed, good size. I thought he was going to take off for OBJ, but it just didn't work out. So I look for him to in the next season to break out more. And so if he is what I think he's going to be, and then with if we do get OBJ, oh man, I can't wait. That's a great point. Martin says, Matt Ariza would have been great for our team. Man, there's a lot of players that we could have got. I had a few players too. SG Sports Track says, Ramilia, you are such a great person. You have such a great heart. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. There's another guy, Niner guy, and a cool dude. Willie Bone says that the 91 you are getting chopped like a steak at the steak. He's good. He can take it. He gives it good as it gets. He's my Niner sickness brother. We need to go live together and debate with one another who's better, Rams or Niners. Man, that's what Peo was saying. It would be good, man. It would be good. I agree. Gabriel Rambanoff says, you pronounce my last name well. Still hurts to this Pittsburgh Steelers loss in the suit. Man, yes, it does. That's, the Rams had to lead the whole time. And then they did their bread and butter, the deep passes. They beat us. But we had a pick six that Nolan Cromwell dropped. And but hey, I would have loved to have made the Super Bowl the next year when we could have played the Raiders in the Super Bowl in 1980 instead of this Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a dynasty. We probably would have beat the Raiders. But it is what it is. But yeah, that was a hell of a Super Bowl. Niners 6 says 49ers off the line is better than last year, bro. You're tripping. Man, I don't know. You guys lost. Who did you guys lose? Let's see. Niners. Let's see. Hold on. Well, who did you guys lose? Lincoln Tomlinson, right? Or was it Lincoln? I can't remember his name, but wasn't he one of your offensive linemen? Let's see. I think Big Wit will stay in game shape just in case. I can actually see that, man. If we are in the playoffs and we have injuries, but I think he's done. I think he's done. He wants to go out that way. Masher says, would you like veggies with the steak? Niner Cygnus, did you see the Rams draft day video? Willie Bowen, the Niner the Winer tried doing handstands on the Golden State. You guys are crazy. There he goes. Niner Sixes podcast. Brunskill owns AD. Well, Brunskill got ragged out in the NFC Championship game with Gaines and Donald. Hold on. On that note, hold on. Hold on. Brunskill is a decent player against AD because Jimmy G gets rid of the ball fast, but he cannot hold AD. He cannot hold AD. He can do it for a period of time if they get rid of the ball fast, but he cannot hold AD. And no man can hold AD for that matter. It's not even talking smack. So here we go. Hold on. Here we go. So on that note, hold on one second. Hold on. Sorry. Bear with me. Okay, so on that note, here's Brunskill getting ragdolled. That's an offensive line that. So pay attention right now where Brunskill's at the end of this play. Brunskill gets pushed back. Gets knocked down from behind.
Jimmy Garoppolo just trying to get rid of the ball and hoping not to take a sack.
Brunskill's on the floor while Aaron Donald's making the big play. So if that's what you call owning AD, and there's AD finishing it up. So there you go. Once and for all, that topic is over. But yeah, I had to show that to you because regular season plays where he's had a few drives here and there where he played AD good and Jimmy Garoppolo's getting rid of the ball fast. That doesn't mean anything when you get ragdolled. And then I'm not even showing the plays where Greg Gaines ragdolled him. So, but let's just say that wasn't the greatest. That wasn't the greatest performance by the Niners offensive line. But no, Brunskill is okay, but we'll see what happens. Hold on, I'm sorry. I lost my. Hold on, sorry. There we go. Okay, let me catch up in the chat. Bryce says Brunskill, the numbskull. Martin Carrillo says, I can also expect at some point the Rams will be willing to trade for more O-line depth before. Me too. I really believe that too. Let me catch up. Bryce says, no, if Brunskill and Donald, he'd be an all-pro more. Nah, Brunskill's not even a Pro Bowl player playing offensive line. So it's kind of like saying this guy can stop Michael Jordan. No. He might be able to get a play here and there, but that's about it. Willie Bones says, tell Ricardo Montalban to grant you another fantasy. You guys are crazy. Niners says Rams beat the 49ers beat the Rams 17 straight times in a row. They did, but they mostly beat guys like Tony Banks at the quarterback. They should beat them, but the Rams beat the Niners when they had Jeff Garcia and T.O. and all those guys. The Rams beat better Niner teams. You guys should beat teams with Steve Walsh and Tony Banks at quarterback. That's like us laughing at beating the Grizzlies as a Laker fan. It sucks that it happened, but it did happen. But even with those 17, it's still like within 5 games of each other all time. That just shows you the dominance the Rams had over the years, over the Niners. Brian Smith says Rams have a recent chip, though. Yep. LA Rams says, let's win our 3rd chip. Okay, go Rams. Yes, man, I hope so. Willie Bowen, LA Rams 5 Super Bowl champions. Man, that'd be awesome. With free agency, it's so hard because you lose players all the time. Niners says Rams holding Ram fans holding on 80 balls. Oh, come on. AD is a first ballot Hall of Famer, man. The Niners don't have anybody like that on their team right now. Bosa, maybe. We'll see what happens. But, you got to tip your hat to Aaron Donald. If he was to retire this year, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Ready to go says, hello, all. Love the draft picks we shared up. A lot of defensive backs and got some linemen. All in, not the flashy picks, but we still, yep, exactly right. Ready to go. Exactly what we needed. Bryce Smith at Willie B. Gabriel says, Bengals, I think, will be harder for them to return than the Rams. Those Ravens, Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers all improve. Yeah, the AFC West is crazy. Johnny G says that Rams, technically, if we win another chip, it will be our 5th overall. We had 2 chips before the merger. Yep. Monstrous says Ramsey going to teach that Niner QB a lesson, run it back. He's looking to get some picks, man. If he throws it high over the middle, Ramsey's going to pick it off. Brian Smith, Niner Jerusalem still hanging with the winners. That's cool to have him in here, man. I appreciate it. I go in his chat too. It's all good. Martin says, I'm shocked that Seattle didn't get a QB and rather stick with Drew Lock unless they bring in Baker Mayfield. I think they're rebuilding, man. We'll see what happens. I think maybe they believe in that quarterback and they didn't like the quarterbacks in this draft. We'll see what happens. LA Rams says, and the 49ers just drafted QB, but why? Now the QBs the Niners love getting QBs. I mean, they have Sudfeld. I mean, if you had Sudfeld, you'd probably draft a quarterback too as a backup. Jimmy G's there, the Subway guy, making Stafford Subway sandwiches. We'll see what happens. Willie Bones says LA Rams will win 5 Super Bowl championships. Horns up, man. I hope so. I would be so happy, man. Gabriel says excited and curious to see if our young receivers Jacob Harris, Tutu Atwell, and young defenders Ernest and Bobby Brown and Chris Garrett step up in a gridiron. Man, I like Chris Garrett, and those are all great points. And Ernest Jones, man, really good points. Let me catch up. Ready to go says Rams will surpass the Niners in Super Bowls by the end of this decade. Book it. Man, if we can win a few more, it'd be awesome, man. Brian Smith at Gabriel. Yup. I hope these guys kill it year 2. Yes, sirree. Brian Smith in Seattle going to all in QB next season. Yeah, because I didn't think there was really great QBs in the draft. Niners will be chasing 6 for 20 years now. Yeah, man, it's been a while. I can't say anything because my stupid Dodgers. It took them a long time, and it took a damn COVID thing. We had to do it in the COVID year. We couldn't go to see him. Anderson says Kyle's better head coach than Sean. And I don't care if Ram fans don't agree. Enjoy Cloud 9 for Ram fans, but Trey Lance will be kicking the Rams' ass again and again. Well, okay. Let's look at that for a second. Head coach, you said. Kyle Shanahan has been a horrible head coach with the Niners. And you can say you're a Niner fan, you see it your way. Here's the reason why. Sean McVay, when Jared Goff was there and he'd make mistakes or guys make mistakes, Sean McVay takes the sword and says, you know what? It's my fault. I take responsibility for this loss. I didn't get guys in positions to win, blah, 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 blah. Kyle Shanahan does not do that. He does not take responsibility. The guy can't even develop young quarterbacks. That's why Trey Lance, we'll see what happens. I mean, Trey Lance, does Kyle Shanahan even want to really develop a quarterback? He has to because they got him. But in year 6 of your 10 year, is this year 6 or 7? Year 6 in his tenure, he wants to develop a young quarterback? Really? Really? He has shown that he can't develop a quarterback. Mullins, what did he do with Mullins? Beathard, what did he do with Beathard? Jimmy G, did he help him improve? No. Sean McVay got to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, had a winning record, and Jared Goff is an okay quarterback, but he's kind of like along the lines of Jimmy G. Sean McVay has changed the culture here. We don't have players that are, trolling, about the money and stuff like that. And, we'll see what happens. But I like I said, I give, you can have your opinion. I respect your opinion, like you see on your broadcast, but I'm giving my opinion. And Kyle Shanahan, to me, is a great offensive mind, one of the best to do it. But I don't think he's a great head coach. And I think that he's shown it from the guys that he's drafted that hasn't turned out to the guys that he's drafted that were injury prone and got injured. That's part of his problem, that he drafts guys who were injured. And, so from him not using Debo at the end of the championship game, not figuring out how to win that game when the chips were down, from him letting them come back he's offensive coordinator, but with the Falcons, but in the Super Bowl, losing a 10-point lead, he's a good coach, but I don't think he's a great head coach. So let's just call him he's a good head coach, but that's my opinion. Those are the reasons why I believe. We'll see this year. If the Niners don't make the playoffs, whose fault is it? We'll see what happens. But yeah, you have a right to your opinion. I do not think that he's better than Sean McVay. But one has a ring and one has all winning seasons. And I know that he had to come from further back, but he's had a stacked crew for the past few years, and he hasn't been able to turn it in. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's fine. I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with it. Brian Smith said Seahawks will have 2-1s and 2-2s next season. Yeah, man, that's probably why they didn't get a quarterback. Johnny G. Shannon is kind of like Mike March, great offensive coordinator, but okay. That's exactly a good point too. Mike March too was a horrible head coach, but he was a great offensive mind. G's Nuts says Trey looks great in practice. Yeah, he looks great in practice. Matty Ice, what's up, brother? He says Trey LMAO. Trey Lance ain't shit, buddy. Have fun with the bust. We'll see what happens. I can't go that far. I think he has potential, but you have to show it on the field, and he hasn't had a chance to. Gabriel says 49ers, the golden red standard in the NFC, along with the Cowboys, historically speaking. If Rams can win a couple more Super Bowls, they're in the gold tier. Well, yeah, the 49ers and Cowboys and the Steelers, They won all those Super Bowls. And so, now Santa Clara Niners have a lot to live up for, and they haven't been able to do it. We'll see what happens. Ready to go says, don't worry about these Niner fans. Don't worry about this Niner fan. How he's just saving face and stuck in the need to be consistent at the cost of looking foolish. No, he really believes in his Niners, and that's okay. But yeah, I don't agree. Like I said, I respect his opinion, but I don't agree with that. And but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Jesus says practice, man, not a game, but practice, man. Yeah, practice. Martin Carrillo says all NFC West QBs except the Rams having issues. Who's going to be their starter next? Who's going to be their starting QB, which is a key note since we got a great, strong defense. That's true because we know who our quarterback's going to be. We know what he's capable of. The Arizona Cardinals have a guy who breaks down at the end of the year, but is explosive. The Niners have a young guy that hasn't proven anything at this level. And the Seahawks have a guy that they're rebuilding. So that's true. At Bryson Niner, delusional burden on Niners to prove it. Your opinion means nothing, bro. No, he can have his opinion now, but we'll see what happens. That's okay to think because, when we were saying Stafford's going to do this and that, they were telling us how he's too old. What did he do in the Detroit? We believed what we believe, so that's okay. Everyone has a right to their opinion. I don't know about Trey Lance. I'll be honest. I think he has potential, but he's young. We'll see what happens. Matty I says Niner fans in denial. They're getting worse than the Cowboys fans. Willie Bones says Kyle Shanahan didn't win the Super Bowl championship either. No, he hasn't. I thought I was going to be mad if they would have won against KC when we had just lost in 2018. Shanahan is a drug. Poor Shanahan, man. You look at him, and McVay looks all nice, good-looking guy, clean cut, and Shanahan looks aged, man. They're like the same age being with the Niners. All that stress, man, of trying to win. He's got some gray coming in, and he looks aged. If you look at a picture of him when he was younger, and now he looks like 5, 6, 7 years older than Sean McVay. Poor guy, but we'll see what happens. Maybe he'll break through one day. Johnny D says Rams need to restore the horns, bro. Man, I wish they would do the full horn. Matty I says all Niner fans in chat hold the NFC Championship. Brian Smith says Niner Delusion wants to be a fan of a team that wins Super Bowls. Hence his presence here. No, it's okay to be here. I go on his too, but yeah, I like him being in here. He tells it like it is on his side. And there's nothing wrong. I want fans from other teams to come in here. It's all right. But we have bragging rights. So yeah, we got the big one. Matty I says Niner fans are so ZZZ. Jose JC says I think our biggest competition this season will be the Chargers. Everyone still be tough, but everyone will still be tough. But the Chargers will be real tough with that defense. The Chargers, man, I really love their quarterback. Beat the Rams because they won the Super Bowl and they play at SoFi Stadium, and then we have our little brothers, the Chargers there. They had to go all in. They had to go all in, and you can't be an okay team and play at the same stadium. But they're going to be tough, man. The AFC West is tough, though, unfortunately for them. Willie was absolutely correct, Jose. Martin says Matthew Stafford and OBJ is an example of how they can be in their true potential if you're a functional organization and Snead and McVay. That's true, man. That's another thing with the Niners is Les Snead over Sean McVay in my mind as head coach over Kyle Shanahan, and Les Snead for sure over John Lynch, the puppet master. He did that horrible press conference. Even Grant Cohn, the Niners YouTuber, was telling him how that was a gesture of weakness, telling him, oh, we're not going to talk about Debo. Don't ask me questions about Debo. There's no comparison to the front offices and head coaches, really. I'm so glad that we have. Imagine we would have had Kyle Shanahan instead of we would have had Kyle Shanahan instead of McVay, but we didn't want to wait, and we ended up hiring McVay after we interviewed him. So it was going to be amazing, but to keep going. But imagine we would have had Shanahan. Jesus, we have a tough schedule this year. Yes, we do, man. But we got the team to do it. But yeah, it is going to. Jesus is minus a Niner game. Jesus says, bang, bang, Niner gang is dead. Brian Smith says that Jesus, the entire division plays the same schedule. Yeah, man. The AFC West, I see the great teams at the top. The Bills are a scary team. Kansas City is always tough with Mahomes. I think we match up good with them. If we get our running game going, our offensive line gels the way I think it's going to, I can't wait, man. Hopefully, I'm not putting the cart before the horse, but we have a good chance to get back there. And if we get there, my guys Stafford and Kupp have something to say about it. Jay Money says, isn't it cool that McVay, Stafford, Donald, and possibly Kupp all brought new homes in the same area? Now that's Ramley. That's a Ramley LOL. That's right, brother. You got Debo saying, I want to go to Florida. I don't like Santa Clara. Well, God bless you. Santa Clara is not Los Angeles. He plays at Levi Stadium where you at the end of the game, you look like a lobster. There's no shade. Horrible stadium. They must have used coupons when they built that stadium. It's a horrible stadium. No wonder the Niners fans travel well, because they want to go anywhere they can see a decent game. And of course, SoFi Stadium has one of the best stadiums in football. But yeah, imagine the embarrassment. You have 5 Super Bowls, one of the golden franchises with all those rings, and they have a fly-by-night budget stadium. Horrible. And the turf is horrible. I mean, the shade is the Coliseum. LA Coliseum has more shade than and that's an old relic, iconic relic, than Levi Stadium. And then you have the front office guys penny pitching, not want to play the players, and Debo did everything for them, and he's talking about not even want to be there. Amazing difference between the two franchises. Johnny G says, bang, bang, Rams house. Click, click, Rams house. Brian Smith says, Niner gang too busy working off the playoff ticket deposit to post on their boards. That's exactly right. We were going back and forth, and we were saying, imagine paying top dollar. The Rams made them play more to come to SoFi Stadium, and then to lose. Oh, man. It was good going back and forth with them. Chaos Theory says, last Fader Super Bowl 84, last one Super Bowl 95, last Chicago Super Bowl 96. That's the way we got to keep it, man. That's where we got to keep it. Gabriel says, and that's another thing. The Rams are the team that stopped the Cowboys maybe from winning the Super Bowl in 2018 because we beat them in the 2018 playoffs, and then now the Rams stopped the Niners from getting the Super Bowl, beating them at SoFi Stadium in the championship game. Gabriel says Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford have the same number of Super Bowls, but it's more urgent for Aaron to win than Stafford. Ernst cracks the cheesehead, but sharpens Stafford's horns. Yep, you know what? That's a good point, because Aaron Rodgers wins these MVPs. Is a hell of a quarterback, hell of a talent, hell of a diva, kind of a big mouth, a snotty guy. And he keeps losing in the first round. He keeps losing to the Niners. He lost to the Niners. It wasn't his fault they blocked the kicks, but Matthew Stafford comes back on you. He make a mistake, throws an interception, and if you give him a chance, he'll come back on you and beat you. Imagine if Matthew Stafford was with the Packers all this time. He showed what he could do with the top-notch talent around him. Imagine that. He'd probably have at least 2 Super Bowls. So, now I'm not saying that he's better than Rodgers, and but I'm glad that we have Stafford over Rodgers, because we kicked the tires on trying to get Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers weren't going for it, so then we got Stafford. So I'm glad that we got Stafford. Aaron Rodgers got to see Stafford do his work in the Super Bowl, win it from the couch. But also Aaron Rodgers gave him props when he's talking about the no-look passes. You're talking about Mahomes. He says, well, there's a guy in Detroit that's been doing that for years. So give us some props on noticing Stafford. G's Nut says, Stafford is not done. At least 2 more chips are coming. Watch. Stafford, because they protect the quarterbacks more than past decades, eras. Look at Tom Brady. I mean, you can't even sneeze on him. They'll call a penalty. But he can play a good 4 more years, and still be a top-notch quarterback. At least 3 more years. So I see us winning at least one or two. We'll see what happens because we're going to be in the mix. We already got this one. That's already in the trophy case. Now let's do it again. But that's a good point. Geez, nuts. Jay Money says Van Jefferson actually was playing with a hurt knee. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Summer, I missed that. So thank you. And leg, that's his on the field time, and production went down the playoffs. I didn't, you know what? I probably did find out about that, but I forgot about that. Thank you, Jay Money. So that makes sense because I was like, come on, Van. You know, there was a play where he kind of half on the sidelines when OBJ went. Stafford kind of threw it to him, and I was expecting him to go up, you know, Alvin Harper-ish, catch it, come down, and in the championship game too, or in the Super Bowl too when he threw it up, you got to come down with it, go get it. You know, just don't watch the guy get in front of you and intercept it. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. Jose JC says, I still feel we have the guys to repeat 2 more, maybe 3. Man, I hope so. I do too, as long as this front office is there and coach. Willie Bone says Brandon Powell should be involved in the offensive schemes too. Yes, thank you, my brother. That's what I've been saying. When Van Jefferson wasn't doing anything, OBJ went out, third down to our third tight end, and Schronek was dropping the ball off of his hands. I would have brought in Powell to give us you know some poor man's cheetah plays, you know, and open spots because he's got some wiggle and he can catch, you know, and he's one of the big reasons why we won the Super Bowl because our special teams on the receiving end was so horrible, you know, was so horrible with catching the ball and getting yards. He was such a breath of fresh air. I'm glad we re-signed him. But that's a great point. Brian Smith says, I think Niners lost Compton on OL too. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I knew they lost some players. I don't know offhand, but I don't think their offensive line is going to be as good as it was last year. But their offensive line, even intact last year against us in the championship game, was horrible the last 2 minutes. Jesus says, like you said, we were bagged up and still won the Super Bowl due to MVP performances. Kupp, AD, OBJ, and Stafford. That's right, man. That's what made the Super Bowl so sweet. Dargy says, Rams beat the Bengals with their hands tied behind their backs. Man, imagine if OBJ played the whole game. Woo! We probably would have got a blowout, but I'll take it. You know, Stafford got to show what he could do with the chips are down, that no-look pass for the ages. I'll take it. Rest kept Bungles in the Super Bowl. Yeah, man, that Ramsey play, that's horrible they didn't call that. How do you miss that? Master says Brusco got knocked around like Brusco got knocked out like your father used to. Yeah, Brusco, I mean, there's no one that can stop AD. I hate when they say they're talking smack saying that, but if you get rid of the ball fast, of course, Donald can't get in there, but it's not because of that player. Man, he might play here and there, but, you know, clearly in the biggest game on the biggest plays, he couldn't hold AD. Jesus, love watching that play. Sorry, I'm way behind the chat, guys. Chaos Theory, Wider Sickness is sick in the head if he thinks that Mosca Trey Lance is going to amount to anything. Mocoso. In case that Mocoso Trey Lance is going to amount to it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, he's a young guy. Willie Bunch of 41ers didn't win the Super Bowl 56. Wake up and smell the coffee in the Niner wider. My dad says, can't wait till Niner fans start booing Trey Lance. Imagine a Jimmy G's that they'll be calling for Jimmy G. Brian Smith, Niner says 24-pack finally kicked in. Thank you, Budweiser. Damn, I didn't realize I was so far off in the chat. Willie Bone says cocaine is a dangerous drug, Niner, the whiner. Your nose got to be bleeding. You guys are crazy. Brian Smith at Willie Bowen. emoji. Gabriel says Rams will be harder and stronger to dethrone if McVay relinquishes play calling to an OC. The Rams will be harder and stronger to dethrone if Sean McVay relinquishes play calling to an offensive coordinator. Sean will then concentrate on perfecting schemes and plays, and as well as managing the game and timeouts. Yeah, man. You know, I think he still gets his plays in, but yeah, I understand your point. Brian Smith, Niner Smith's favorite Niner is Debo Stubblefield. Jail, bro. You guys are crazy. Johnny says Ramsey to fix the hordes and bring the show. Man, I miss those. I miss that look, man. You know, I'm an older guy. I like that hook. Willie Bones says, I agree, Johnny G. Let me catch up. Willie Bones says, Niner the winner has Horseman. Come on, guy. G's nuts. Have a feeling Akers is going to have a monster year this coming. I do too. I'm glad that he's going to be here for the full preseason, and he's a little disappointed in his performance because he wasn't up to his full capabilities. But he doesn't need to be disappointed because he played as good as he could at the time. I'm so on Stafford too. He's no joke, especially when he has strong weapons. Yep. That's right. Young Pastor says, did the Rams get Stephon Gilmore? No, man. Young Pastor, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for coming in. Subscribe, hit the like, man. Thank you for coming in. Ali Ram says, all right, everyone, I got to go and have a good night. Ramley, thank you, man. I'm sorry I fell behind the chat, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in. As always, ready to go, says Young Pastor. No, I wanted Gilmore too, man. We have Troy Hill back after traffic to the Cleveland Browns. Martin Carrillo says Rams facing all NFC West team plus the Bills in the regular season are going to be tough teams, but hopefully McVay and Morris and Liam can bring something to those games. Yes, and we'll get to see how we, and them too, but we'll get to see how we match up with those teams. So if we play in the playoffs, as we've shown against the Niners, we get better the next time we play them. This team does with Stafford. So even if we win, we can see what works and we can see what doesn't work. And so can they, but I trust McVay over their guys. Master says, Knit LA Rams, Young Passions got you. SG Sports Track, hey, Ramiro, you are a really chill dude with a great heart. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Likewise, Brian Smith says, LA Rams. And Young Passions, we ready now. Yes. G's Nuts says, I'm checking out too. Great show tonight, Ramiro. Let's keep it going. Have a great night. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it, man. G's Nuts later. Thank you guys for coming in. Willie Bowen, LA Rams #1. I didn't realize how late I was here. That's cool. That's when it's great, when we don't even realize how long we're here. Mustard, G's Nuts. Mark Carrillo says LA Rams are a great team. You can see in the playoffs, Stafford didn't feel pressure and went to throw those deep balls to Kupp, which is the most deadly duo in my opinion. Man, they were awesome. Man, they just that's from working together, trusting each other. Matty Ice says, true that Stafford Kupp connection is only going to get better. Man, I can't wait for year 2. Not gonna lie, everyone focused on the Bengals battle line, but their defense was hold on our running plays. But even without some of the Rams' important starters, Stafford found a way to win. Yep, and they were getting in there. We couldn't run. It was so frustrating. But yeah, we had to do what we had to do. SG Project, who are your top 5 Rams all time? Oh man, I got too many. I'll tell you right now. Jay Money says, I think Stafford is going to be even more deadly this upcoming season with him being more connected with the offense, more comfortable. I do too, man. I can't wait for this year. Willie Bones says, Pat Hayden, Lawrence McCutcheon, Henry Ellard, Cooper Kupp, Jim Youngberg are my top 5. That's a heck of a top 5. Mark Carrillo says, have a good one, Ramilia. Enjoy your attitude. Have a good one, Ramilia. Enjoy your attitude. Always sub. See ya. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And Mustard says, see ya, Martin. Yeah, so my top 5, I said it before. I'm going to put it here. Not in order. Dickerson, Warner, Bruce, Falk. Okay, hold on. And Deacon Jones. I think I'm switching around from last time, and then honorable mention AD, Ellard, Merlin Olsen. I want to throw let's see. Dickerson, Warner, Bruce, Falk, and Deacon Jones, and then AD, Ellard, Merlin Olsen, and I want to put Torrey Holt in there. To be in the Hall of Fame, just like Ellard. But yeah, that's my honorable mention, guys. Not in order. It's hard to pick. There's so many. But yeah, Bryce was at Money agreed. Plus Stafford arm needs rest. Yeah, and he was banged up, man. I think that's why some of his interceptions came. When he would try to launch it in the beginning of the year, it would go way down there, and Deshaun Jackson would catch it. And then a couple of throws later in the season were underthrown. I think he was banged up, ready to go. Says, imagine how good Kupp and Stafford will be with another year under their belt. I think I'll cry. Man, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, those are my top five up to Jones, Deacon Jones. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then AD, Ellard, Merlin Olsen, and Holt. But yeah, Dickerson, yep. Eric Dickerson. Yep. That guy was so amazing. But thank you guys for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, I didn't realize how freaking long I was here. 2.5 hours. So it's a marathon session. So I want to just thank you guys for coming in. We got to talking and talking with everybody. It was a great session, guys. Thank you so much. Amazing. Appreciate it, all you guys, every one of you. Thank you so much. I hope everyone has a good Saturday night. This was cool. We'll do this again soon. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate everyone's support and everyone's chiming in and everything in the chat and everything. Thank you guys. Everyone take care. Have a good night. I appreciate everything. And Brian Smith says health is my only concern next season. Yeah, man. Hopefully we'll stay healthy and ready to go. Says see you, Ramilia. So yeah, I appreciate everyone. Hope everyone has a great night. God bless everybody. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much, Brian Smith, too. As we always say, may the Ramilia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up.